Hello and welcome to the Saikyosen Team Battle playoffs. Today we were watching, I guess, Table C and Table D, which means that, or today we're watching Table C. Tomorrow we're watching Table D. C is playing 5 games, D is only playing 3, so we're only going to watch 3 of Table C, and then we'll find out the results tomorrow. But the final table is going to be decided over these 2 days.
Yeah.
I'm here, Jenn. That's Harrison right over there.
It's me. That's all I got. It's me. I'm excited. I need to save my energy because I know, especially with these Saikyosen finals and like semifinals games, that they're so exciting. They're so hard fought, and the conditions get so meticulous in like what changes and how dynamic it is, and just the amount of thought you have to put in to what your goal is, and like especially that South 4 of what could be the last game. There's so much to think about. They're so exciting to watch. I'm very, very, very excited to be able to commentate too today, especially with you, who knows much more about the format than me, because I always forget like one thing here, one thing there.
It's Harrison. I met for the first time in person last week.
Yes. Oh my God, that was only a week ago. It feels like it's been a month.
Very kindly pretended to be excited to be streaming with me as the third best something.
That's good. I'm a lot of people's fourth best, so you believe me, third is good. You're always on the podium. Me, I whiff. That's how it goes.
Always. It sounds like an always the bridesmaid kind of thing. But the important thing about the structure in this team battle is that it is table points only. So if you get first place, it's 3 points. Second place, it's 2 points. Third place is 1 point, and fourth place is 0. Right there. Yep. So over 5 games, table C, whoever has the most points, table points, will advance, and if they tie in table points, then their earned points will count. But there are no Uma or Oka. The rules are, we're just looking at a Saikyosen team. Are the Saikyosen rules? No red 5s. I think, wait, we don't have red 5s on here. I think there are no red 5s, but there is Ippatsu and Ura. It's very close to the WRC rules.
Yeah.
I think usually Saikyosen starts at 25,000, but we are starting with 30,000, which makes it even closer to the WRC rules. The thing that's really different about this game compared to Sankei Shimen Cup is there's no time limit.
Yeah.
These games could be still going on from yesterday for all we know.
That's true. Infinite timed games. There's also no split UMA. There's no half points or anything, so it's going to be in seat win priority as the tiebreaker. Which
head bump for placement even.
Head bump for I'm not a big fan. Seat win priority is one of those rules that I feel like I never benefit from, because I always get North seat. And I'm always like, wow, I fought for this tie in this uphill situation, and my reward is the lesser position for it. I almost wonder how reverse seat win tiebreaker would go over for people, because at least you have more time to like think about your position and try and do things, right?
I don't know, then you'd probably be east and you'd be out of luck.
That's true. That's true. But at least I have more time to reconcile with it. I'm not like all last dealer and then someone sumos, and I'm like, oh, we tied, so I'm fourth. Oopsies.
No, it's the opposite. You'd be first dealer, and then everyone would get their like dealer mongons, and then come up to.
And I just slowly bleed, and then I'd be like, oh.
Yeah, it's never ever gonna work in your favor. So you don't have to even worry about those scenarios, I don't think.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, you know.
Let me first stress-free life.
Stress-free mahjong advice, courtesy of Jenn. Do we want to get into anything before we go over the players? Do we want to talk about our sponsors or anything? Or do we just want to
we don't have like a specific sponsor for this stream, but we do still have our affiliate with Red Dragon, who sponsored the exhibition matches last week that Harrison and I commentated with a bunch of other cool people like Jimmy and Amy and Gemma. But if you go to the Red Dragon website, it's only one D. It's not Red Dragon. It's Red Dragon.
Re-dragon.
It is a red dragon, but yeah,
If you
only
think
one
about
to beat. So our code is Riichi, R-I-I-C-H-I. So if you put that code in at checkout, I believe, you get a discount on really cool things. They gave us headphones for the stream, which those felt so nice, like
they
butter.
were so comfy. I commentated 3 games, and normally I'm like, oh my god, like it's especially some of those bulky like commentator headsets. I'm like, oh, my ears are killing me. After those, I was like, these are great. I might sleep in these. Like, I like a little bit, just a little bit of sound canceling with them. I was like, I'd probably get some great rest.
Yeah, I think so. I was sad I couldn't take one home, but those are for Sparrow's Nest Studio.
Yep.
And then they also gifted keyboards, Artemis Pro keyboards, I think it was, and like King Ultra mice.
Yeah,
They have
those
mice on
looked
their website.
really, really nice. I honestly wish I could have tested those out, maybe even more than that. Sounds like, wow, those look premium.
They look cool, and it was the, what are they called, mechanical?
Yeah, it was a mechanical keyboard, the mouse, bunch like very high DPI customizable settings. So it presumably, from everything I know about PCs, just you're gonna find like your right setting, your right middleman. It's gonna have everything you could want with it. It looked real good. It looked real good. I was real jelly when I didn't get to play and have a chance to get entered in that raffle for them, because I was like, hey, I'll take any chance I can get for those.
So I think there's an affiliate link as well, but I don't exactly know what it is. So you just got to put in our code Riichi at checkout, and should get yourself a discount and get some love for us as well at the same time. We definitely recommend.
Yes, recommend. That sounds like the right word.
Yes, going to reddragon.com for any of your gaming needs. And Roddle, I think the other one is Roddle. The World Reach Online Team League is happening. I still have not been invited to a team. It's not too late to sign up. I have said if anybody wants to be on a team with me. I've never been invited to a team before, except for when they were putting one together for our commentary team. I think they let me on.
A very good player.
I'm not the last picked. I'm never picked.
Jen's very good. Is she low key like sleeper pick of here's a hidden boss who's a free agent right now that nobody ever reaches out to. Me, I got asked for a fill for a team. They don't know I'm terrible. Streak tournaments, my Achilles heel. Only benefit is there's no red 5s. That's all I got going for me. Jenn, she's played with half of these players. She knows the format. Seasoned player. An absolute unit on your team. So if you need a fill, just saying, got a good one.
Feeling bad that I'm sitting here lonely. I was moaning to him about not having a team.
Hey, I'm gonna feel less bad when you take like 2 Haneman Sumas on my Oya when someone picks you up, and then I'm like, well,
it would be fun to play against you. That is part of the fun. You get to play against like loads and loads of pros, and then also like it's a secret that they might fire me for, because it's like, okay, why are you tooting your own horn? But the World Reach Online Team League a few years ago when it started was kind of Jen's idea.
Ooh.
Like, I proposed a Pro Ama League on Ronron, like a mixed league. And I didn't do the format. I had a different idea for the format, but it morphed into this, and so...
That means as the creator, you have the biggest advantage and the most flow for it. You've been building up flow for 2 years to prepare for this.
Jen Mahjong is scary. Jen Mahjong is scary. You don't know what you're going to get. But I do go for big hands, that's true. Okay, are we ready to introduce the player?
We've done it. We've given people enough time. Let's see what's going on with game one. Why don't you introduce us to who we're going to be seeing on the table?
So these are the 4 teams on table C. So we're going to watch only these 4 teams today. Usually we're watching like different teams. They mix and match during the day when we're in the qualifying rounds. But since we are in the playoffs, then the 4 teams will play at the same table, and the top team only will advance to the final table. So from Kaneman in the first game, we have Rina Ando from JPML representing. And the south seat, Kotaro Takizawa will be representing Real Partner, also JPML Pro. In the West Seat, Porori. He has a unique name because he's a Pachisla writer, like a famous one. The first couple years he went by his given his real name, but he's more well known for Porori as Porori in Japan as a whole, so he switched his mahjong name to Porori. Representing Samfaro, playing also as a JPML Pro, and in the North Seat, Yukiko Izumi, representing Kokubun Press Group, another JPML Pro, and I think the only pro in this list that's actually my senpai. I think she joined 1 or 2 years before me.
That's fun. I did not know that.
Yeah, she's cool. We went snowboarding together.
Okay, that's sick. I'm not gonna play favorites this game, but that's pretty cool.
She also we also shared a room in Vienna.
Oh, that's fun. I am jelly. I never got to go to Vienna or any of the previous WRC tournaments. I always hear these stories back that they're so fun.
Well, you got to see what it's really like in New York when you show up to have fun with everybody, and oh look, we get to sit in the studio working all day because
yeah,
the sound doesn't work or the video is echoing.
we got it, through a will and a way. We got there.
But that's what tours are tours and WRCs are generally like for me. It's everybody else is having fun, free play. Oh look, we get to go sightseeing in Bucharest, and I'm like.
And then it's like, okay, right, what fire do we have to put out right now? Do we have time to eat?
Which is also fun in a way. So
someone's got to do the hard work, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I just like being part of it. I feel like if I put out this fire, I'm an important person.
Exactly. That is how you get to say that. No one else can.
Yeah. And Harrison was definitely important in New York and saved my fires, or not saved, put out my fires.
I did put out a couple fires. Speaking of fires, there are a lot on this table. Everyone's got really expensive hands. We see the double Yakuhai there from Izumi. It looks like Ando has a lot of speed to her hand, same with Takizawa, and Porori is going for this like Chanta Sanshoku esque hand, which with Dora one can be very, very expensive, especially if you can get there closed. This is a very high value table, or high value first hand from what I'm seeing, as we see the first tone come out and snap called by Izumi, or excuse me, the second tone.
Wait.
Ooh, Anko of Haku. Hold on, Porori. All of a sudden, might get a little expensive. Although now we're seeing improvements. Takizawa's got one. And we see the Honitsu shift from Izumi, going to try to play that aggressive, higher value, all that. And as just a reminder, this is a point reset, so all 4 of these teams are currently at 0 points. It's UMA only. You get 3 points for first, 2 points for second, 1 point for third, and 0 points for fourth. And it is it 5 games total, or is it 3 games and then a gap?
So yeah, when we were playing in like the playoffs last time, I think they do stop playing if second place can no longer catch up to first place.
In 1 game. Okay.
But yeah. Well, in however many games they have left.
Yes.
So
okay.
If in like after game 3, if one team is 6 points ahead of the second place team, then they would stop playing because even 2 first places or 7 points ahead, I guess. So if one team got 3 first places in a row, then there would be no reason to play games 2 and 3 because only the top team moves on.
Mm-hmm. Really interesting for Porori to prioritize the Chanta instead of the Sanshoku there. I'm dropping the 2-pin instead of the 1-pin to keep the 2-pin pair and play the 799. Especially with 2 1-pins
maybe
out.
Like, let's see, 7 9 or 8 9. I forgot what Manzu
it's 7. He has 789. He's got the Manzu confirmed. He needs, I think, 8 so, and then he needs 8 pin.
Okay, so
yeah, so he's got the Manzu locked down. That's why I was wondering I guess the
Well, if
Chanta is
he gets the
guaranteed shape,
Sanshoku,
right?
yeah, if he gets the Sanshoku, he can always just use the white dragon as a pair because it's gonna be if it's closed, it's 2 points versus
Good point.
1, right?
You get the Chanta anyway. The Haku will be safe to shove later. And we do see the 9-pin come out, so I think you read that perfectly. I think that's exactly his game plan. Dealer Ando still not quite Tenpai. Really trying. Same with Takizawa, as we are going to see Izumi call into it. Going to drop the green, wait on that white. So this could actually be a little bit of trouble for Porori.
It's a Mongon hand for Izumi. 2 Yakuhai, 2 value triples. Takizawa Sans is just like, let's get more flexible before we actually get to Tenpai.
Yeah, let's build as much Ukeira as we can without actually getting the Tenpai.
Yeah, it's the draws doing it, not his play.
No, he's playing wide. I mean, I don't even think if you knew the discards, if you could get all the way there. Oh, but we are going to see a call.
There it is.
And 2-pin
And he
dropped.
goes for he's gonna take both the Chanta and both the Sanchoku and the White Dragon. Just one pin left from his perspective though. I guess he's reading that nobody needs the 1 pin because he discarded a couple of 2s and the pair of 1s was discarded by Ando.
Maybe a bit worried about Izumi to the right too. The 2-pin was only called once earlier. The second one wasn't called, so maybe figuring like there's a chance she's on 1-pin. Maybe even scared of the white dragon too.
I think it is scared of the White Dragon and rightfully so because it deals in. And this 1 pin
I can't
is
imagine anything besides a
Takizawa
Sozu
afraid of
comes
that.
out. It's not quite Kabe, I don't think. I think there's still 1 2-pin left on the wall. If it was Kabe, maybe it gets tried, but
It's not even yet. It's not even 1 chance. I don't
No. There
think
was a
'cause
2-pin
the
called
2s are
earlier.
only. Oh,
Izumi
right,
called
right,
the
right.
2-pin to open the hand, so I think it's
Nice.
1 chance right now, which you know, not
Right.
the worst, but not the greatest on a board like this.
How do you remember things? That's what it's like to have a young mind.
It's lucky. I like Honitsu. I play a lot of it, so I'm like, oh, okay, I can remember Honitsu calls. That's about it. Everything else in one ear, out the other. Ooh, hesitation on the 5. I guess looking for the folder option. Doesn't have confidence in the
I
tempo.
think maybe, and just in case he gets another draw, it might be to use it as a pair. Like he didn't get another draw, but if somebody called and he did get another draw, it just gives him a teeny tiny chance of using it as a pair. And I think he was 1 away.
Yeah.
Or he could like call the 7 pin or something. He was at first he wasn't worried about it because it was very unlikely to come out, and it obviously didn't. But it was just it's not more dangerous, and if I use it as a pair, then I have a teeny tiny chance of temp-buying before the end of the hand.
Yeah, and we saw that last 2-pin come out, but just a little bit too late. Takizawa didn't have a chance to discard after it. And with so many options that are better than checking a 1-pin unnecessarily, I would think that that tile was just never coming out. Just wasn't destined for that round. So we kind of scan high pies. It looks like Izumi, one of the quicker ones, although I say that before seeing Ando, who has that Hatsu green dragon pair and a lot of shape to go with it. I believe starting with a strong ground Shanten. Much quicker than anybody else at the table. Izumi the only one who can kind of breathe on that type of speed. Izumi still got a couple tension points in the hand, if you will. Just gonna keep Dora though. Wants that value. Oh, and we draw the cheat toy draw. Not committed just yet, but a lot of pairs for that hand. Whole lot of pairs. South pair for Izumi rewarded. So we see the Anko. All of a sudden, Ando. Ishanten playing something a little tricky. Still no Hatsu out too. Although I feel like a lot of the time, the Japanese pros do not like to check Shonpai honors. Oh, and we see the Green Dragon cut going for a Tanyao Ipeiko try shape sort of thing. Interesting. Very interesting. Did not want to take the Senpai. I wonder if that's to the vein of thinking the Hatsu was not going to come out. If a Riichi was done there. What do you read on that, Jen? Would you have dropped a Shonpai Hatsu if a Riichi was gone there? If a Riichi was done? You have
I'm generally not
the,
too. Wait. From which discard?
From Ando.
Which
Ando would have
if Ando
Riichi'd
had
on the
reached?
Tuman. Yeah, Ando would have Riichi'd the Tuman, and Hatsu would have been Shonpai. And I notice a lot of the time, like these Japanese pros really
Oh,
don't like to
yeah, I
drop
would
the
have.
Shonpai ones.
I think it really depends on the discards before that. With those
Hmm.
discards, I would definitely drop Hatsu
Okay.
because she's going like straight from Yakuhai discards. So
Hmm.
a
Seems
lot
like
of
a
times,
standard shape, right?
if you're looking for a, like, if you have a pair of Yakuhai,
Hmm.
the value tiles, then generally you don't discard your other value tiles that early because you might have upgrades to like Hoitsu and things like that. So
Hmm.
I'm not gonna be too scared of a Hatsu right there. If my hand is worth going for, right?
Yeah.
If my hand's not worth going for, then obviously I'm just not
Why
gonna do
not?
it.
Yeah.
But
Why take the risk? And not quite paying off with that denial of Tenpai. Ando's still Ishanten right now. Hasn't drawn anything around the 6677 shape. As everybody's hands develop even more, we have a strong Ishanten from Izumi. Um, we have Takizawa kind of trying to get there. Porori, Ishanten with a Chitoi hand. The one pin would be a pretty good weight too with that. We're gonna see Tenpai
also,
dropping Dora.
sorry.
Ooh.
Hi, Rick. It said hi, like for some reason they wrote Hi Mahjongjen and it got translated in YouTube chat to Hi Mahjong.
Whoa.
Like YouTube thought it was another language. So sorry I didn't respond before. Hi.
Ooh, this is tricky spot after tricky spot. Ando does want to fight. We're on 3-6 mon for Izumi, and we also have Tanya with a possible Sananko chance for Ando. So we're kind of just scrapping right now, over and over. The 7 pin comes out, and that is just going to be Tanya with some food to go with it. 1600 with the stick in the middle. Shuts down Izumi's Riichi Pinfu Dora 2. One of those cases where you don't necessarily need a lot of value for your hand if you can shut down the value for the other player's hands.
And this game is going pretty quick. I have to wonder if it's because it's all JPML. Like JPML pros are very well known for playing quickly.
Quick and efficiently. I mean, we haven't seen a lot of
No.
repeats. Oh,
Not efficiently, like
just very
just
fast.
discarding very quickly. Yeah, not spending a lot of time thinking. You might have one long decision in every couple hands, but even other orgs are like, yeah, JPML is just fast.
So fast. They want to get in, they want to get out. I mean, to be fair, there hasn't been a lot of dealer threat either. I think a lot of the time that's when these games start to not drag, but really extend in their time. Dealer Riichis, it's a lot of people trying to go, okay, am I going to fold out? Am I going to try and aggress? And that's where you get a lot of the pauses, you get a lot of the tanks. And we might see a little bit of that here. Porori has the Chun pair. Might have a call and go.
think like the biggest reason is because a lot of players look up to there's certain senpai you look up to in your own org and stuff.
Mhm.
So like players like not this Takizawa, but the other Takizawa,
Mhm.
Kazunori, um, he is very conscious of always taking the exact same amount of time to discard with every single discard.
Mm. Okay.
So as not to give away any information or like tells. And
Yeah.
Izumi here in the South Seat right now, she's another player who is very consistent in her discard speed. And so when you have a player like that at the table as well, okay, I said that and now she takes a second.
But
That's just because it was Adora and it was still quite fast. Um, when you have a player like that at the table, then it really sets the rhythm for everyone else.
yeah, whenever somebody confidently discards, you can really feel the rest of the table kind of adapting towards them as Ando Riichi's for Riichi Tanyao. Guaranteed 6,400. We're on the 3 so, which I think is only one in the wall. There's at least one here in Izumi's hand, one in Ando's hand. I thought there was one in Porori's hands. Or not Porori, Takizawa's hands. We'll see on the next go around. Not the best way, but I think Izumi here debating on the fight as well.
Yeah,
Doesn't
she's
really
now
have.
thinking for a long time because I said that she's a very good
Well, it doesn't have any safe Manzu, doesn't have
player.
any safe Pinzu, so it's like, okay, what's the less likely, least likely to deal in? Like, should I even push? Do I have a Genbutsu? Can I stall out after that? And there is one in Takizawa's hand, so just one 3 so left in the wall.
Think we won't see her tank anymore because she's now decided a trajectory, I think.
Yeah.
And now everyone in the chat is saying hello Mahjong because I said that.
Hi, Mahjong. Hello. Ooh, 7-pin pair. That one's weird. Throw form on. We have fake Nakasuji.
Yeah, we see that
Or
like
excuse
even
me,
now it's dangerous.
Nakasuizuji.
So she took she took one moment to think and then sort of decided the trajectory. Now she's going back to the rhythm that she was playing at.
And Chase Riichi for Porori for Riichi Chun, also on the 3 so. So that's at least 2 players that won't be dealing into each other. With head bump on, it gets a little bit more interesting because depending on whether Takizawa or Izumi discards the tile, decides who actually gets the points. Although I can't see Izumi discarding. She looks to be playing complete Genbutsu with now the dealer entered into the fray.
She's definitely decided to fold the hand.
Yeah.
And now that she's folding, she doesn't want to accidentally deal in while folding.
Yes, you definitely do not want to
Since
abandon the hand and then also deal in on top of that. Some hesitation, but decides the 8-pin is good enough. Figures with the 9-pin Kabe. No one's got the 6-7, especially with the 5-pin weight. Should be very, very safe. Very unlikely to be the 8-pin. You don't have the 5-7-9 Ryokan shape you normally cut from with that Riichi that you're worried about checking the Suji. Ooh. Izumi's got some pairs too. We might have perfect draws back to Tempai. Scary, scary perfect draws, but perfect draws nonetheless. Oh, 6 is not going to do it, and given those 2 safe 7-pins, we're going to get rid of them. Still 1 3 so left, I believe. Question is where?
Porori on the table and then O'Leary in the chat.
Cinematic parallels. Ooh, Izumi has a chance to Tempai. Can we brave the 8-mon? 8-mon doesn't look the worst, but you really want to see the 6-mon Kabe to push it. We're going to play the South instead. She is going to get exactly 1 draw to try and get back into Senpai. Probably would not call to get there. And we're gonna miss. So just
Again, two
Rikuku.
players, Senpai. Yeah. So we'll have our first dealer continuance.
Very low scoring games so far.
Porori has also been playing virtual Apache slot a lot too. Suspicious. I mean, that just sounds suspicious in itself. I know that like there are a lot of Apache slot games that came out with like video game versions. So of course you like don't put actual money in, but you can just play the slot machine on like PlayStation or Nintendo or whatever. Um,
You get to roll with infinite money, so you can infinitely win.
you can infinitely lose as well without any risk.
Truth, truth. Almost better when you're not playing for money. 3M. Looks like nothing too crazy this hand from all the high pies. Takizawa, I think, is leading in speed. We have this like kind of awkward Dora North to use. Um, with only one drawn, I think, right now by Ando, who just had the Haku pair as well. Help play it. Ooh, an Izumi aggressive one pin call. Gonna try and pick up a Toy Toy or a Shanta to go with that red dragon for some more value. Takizawa's gonna fire back. These players really want that 2300 in the middle. They are fighting for it.
What is really like going for outside hands today?
Yeah, everyone really wants it. Ooh, Ando with that Haku pair is gonna be, or that Haku triplet is gonna be lethal. Question is, can she get Tempai on the north before anybody else has to discard one?
I think if you're playing online a lot, you're not going to see a lot of outside hands because it's just so not worth it when there are red fives. But
Mm-hmm.
in these rules,
Yeah, you got a little bit more breathing room, a little bit more incentive. So we do see that Sanshoku
yes.
Chanta Ishanten too by Porori. Ishanten, Izumi's getting close. Izumi's gonna have to decide whether or not to drop the Dora for Tempai though, and it's kind of weird calls for everybody. Or excuse me, not Izumi. Ando is gonna have to decide, and she slams it, and it'll pass. Nobody taking or reach Haku. Waiting on, I believe, 5-8. So move the Anko 7 to get Izumi to Tempai. Also on the
1-5.
8. I think there's 3
Yes.
left in the wall. 2 8s, 1 5.
Yes, Dina, we're all back from Vegas and New York and back to our regularly scheduled lives.
Huge tank here, trying to find any bit of safety, trying to find any way to play the hand. And Porori says, "Not my fight." Throws the Souths down, gets out of the hand, does not want it. With head bump, the 8 so will win to Ando, or excuse me, to Izumi before it gets to Ando, but 5 so still 1 live.
So it's just a Shabo and
Ooh, and the 8 sumoed.
uh,
Slides him
right after
back.
Izumi switched to Toy Toy.
With the Ura to Riichi, Haku, Sumo, and the Uradora, that'll be Mangan. Ando collecting up with a ton of sticks in the middle, too, as we get into Izumi's dealership to round out this East round. If she could bump Izumi off pretty quick, Ando is going to be looking really good for this game.
Yeah, it was a weight change for Izumi, and Ando was the one who drew it because she was in reach, but Izumi had added some value to her hand as well.
God, 789 Sanshoku with a north pair for Porori again. This table is really liking its like Chanta Sanshoku shapes.
I
It's
think,
love
yeah,
addition amount.
it's Porori. Porori has a
It's got a
I think
gravitational
one of the
pull.
reason yeah, one of the reasons he joined JPML was because of A rules, I believe. So when you play a lot of A rules, you tend to go for Yaku a bit more than efficiency in a lot of cases.
I think I'm a Porori fan just for that, because let me tell you, I love JPMLA. Although I say that not having played it, but I have a deep vendetta against Akka, because Akka don't like me very much. So I figure if we remove Epots and Uro with it, that life only gets better.
We have played it a few times with like collabs, like not for about a year because they've just been busy, but you can set it up on either like Tenho with all of
Hmm.
the settings,
Yeah.
or you can or we played on the auto table.
Yeah, there's ways to set it up. It's not that bad. I can never find anybody to justify it. I'm always like, "Hey guys, let's play A rules." Everyone's like, "Okay, we're done listening to Suizo. We're done. We're done." It's like, "Get them moving." And
I'll
then they throw in
play.
Akka and everything else. Yes, two more, two more. I'm holding you to that. Now all we need is another 2 years to find the other two players. One per year, and we're there. Ooh, 5 mon pickup. Ishanten. Or Takizawa, who also has the Pinfu shape with those Norse. Doing Mochi Mochi with Porori. 8 pin, good fill. Now we're building towards that Sanshoku. We have the Dora too as well, so it's unfortunate the North comes out. It'll be interesting to see if Porori decides to commit to a call relying on those Norse, or gets the read right and sees the Mochi Mochi and kind of does not commit the hand to it, leaves options open. Although
I
right
think
now we still have the Sanshoku now.
North is really hard to read with for Mochi Mochi because a lot of players keep it as their safe tile.
Yeah.
They keep just one as a safe tile, but also when you are holding it and it's not your seat wind, or even I guess if it is, then uh, players will use it just to fold. So
Mhm. Yeah, apply
it's
some pressure, it'll come out.
yeah, a lot more often than like say if you have a pair of green dragons or red dragons.
Ooh, and Tenpai on 5, so Takizawa does not decide to Riichi. Holds back, wants some sort of value upgrade. Yeah, 9 mons are getting kind of rough too. There is 1 on the board and 2 in Izumi's hand, so only 1 more for Porori to try and get this backup Sanshoku Yaku. Time kind of running thin. I say to 5 mon as well if we're not getting the Norths. And with Ando Tenpai, who's not going to reach, he does not have Pinfu, as she is in South Sea. That Southwind going to give some food, choosing to try to play for K10 right now. Izumi's going to slam, though. She wants pressure to the board. Riichi Dora. Peiko on the 4/7 mon, which, if not completely held, is almost completely held by this point. 4 mon's completely dead. 7 mon, I think, is 3 outs, I want to say. Something like that. One in Takizawa's pawn, one in Porori's hands. There's that last 9-mon. Yeah, and one in Ando's hands. Oh, one in Takizawa's too, so completely dead weight. So it's just about who is going to challenge and push a bunch of scary tiles to be K10 with dealer. Which I'd imagine most of the time the answer is nobody, but Ando getting some blessings from the wall. Hasn't had to drop anything too scary so far. Has to dodge one more to play the K10. And sumos! Sumo Haite. Not enough food for 40, but shutting down the dealer, 501k. It's exactly what you want to do as Ando. Collect that tip from Izumi as well. And as we head into South round, Ando is looking like she wants to get Team Kanemon a good start towards getting to that finals table.
Panemon, also a like pachi slot company or
Mm,
pachinko shop.
I see, I see.
It's a very interesting. This is the first time they've sponsored a team. Let me just take a look.
Oh, those nails go crazy. Big fan of those. I do not know how people with super like decorative long nails play mahjong. I play with even short nails, and I feel like I'm gonna chip them on something. They're not decorated at all. They're just God's given nails to me, and I feel like I'm gonna chip them. They get a little long. I'm like, oh god, I can't even pick up the tiles right.
Yeah, so Kanemon is a pachinko, like as a chain. They have a lot of different locations, pachinko and slots.
Okay, okay.
For the long nails, they've
Quick.
actually like made a rule that they can't be so long that you have to use your nail to roll the dice, push the dice button, because they
Hmm.
actually like are pretty distracting. But that's only JPML and not other orgs or matches. JPML has a pretty strict dress code.
Yeah. It is the Japanese Professional Mahjong League, so
Japan,
or Japan,
not
excuse
Japanese.
me, the Japan
Yes.
Professional Mahjong League. So it would make sense that they do have, strict professional dress code, strict professional no luck rules, all that. That's where you show the skill to pay the bills, so to speak. And
It's
there's
1,000 members in Japan.
oof, that is a lot.
It's a lot.
So we kind of get towards the end of row one. Nobody's really had too much action on the board. Takizawa did call the south and Sheed an 8, so now Ishanten 2 calls open. And as I say that, Ando finds Tempai for Riichi, Sun Shoku waiting on 8-mon. Has the Suji trap too, going from middle to low, might throw some people off. But Tempai found Takizawa on 1-mon east with Adora.
It's Porori.
Or
Porori has
Porori,
tempai.
excuse me. Porori with the Tempai. Takizawa defending, draws this east. Shompai would deal into Porori, which shuts down Ando, which might be good in the long run, but we're going to play the Tuso. Do not like the east. A little too scary.
Yeah, and that's what you see the discard order in Porori sense, what I was talking about before. There are no honors in the first 4
Yeah.
discards. So then you're going to be a lot more cautious about discarding not just value tiles, but any honor tiles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, flashing warning signals going off. The problem is Takizawa doesn't really have anything that like that much better to go off of here. What do you do? Throw the Tumon because you have threes and fours to protect it. You got the Suji 5. You gotta hope that she doesn't have one of the last ones. That is what Takizawa is gonna go with.
Let's have 4 pairs, so there's another path to Tenpai later.
It's true.
The dreaded hand.
Oh, but Sumo on the 8 mon for Reach Sumo Sanshoku. Hits the Ura for funsies. Mangan Sumo for Ando. Gonna collect 4K from everybody. Increase that lead any or even more. I think this is one of those situations where it's it's very I guess good that it's Uma only, right? Like normally, like especially if you're playing a set, this is a huge win for Ando so far. Which, you know, is still minimum 4 hands to play, but this is gonna be a hard gap to go off of. But with Uma only, you know, Ando could win a million points this game, and you have more games after to come back after it. Now, I think tiebreaker on points within this set or score from the qualifiers?
No, it's all reset, so nothing from the qualifiers carries over.
Okay, so if it does go to game 5 and team 1 or first place and second place are tied at the end of it, it will be on score within these 5 games, not
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
I was gonna say that's a very big deal because that will matter potentially. So that is the one nice part about getting this nice big lead. As Porori going to snap call West Yakuhai, looking to play efficient from the looks of it, try and stop Hondo's dealership.
I
Hondo,
always, like, balk when people call it set play,
really?
because for me, set play is, like, when you get 4 friends together and you play friendly games, like, on your own. That's playing a set. I don't know, I'd use, like, something like, I don't know, I guess this would be, like, triple elimination, or not triple, but, like, something like elimination
I mean,
rounds.
I mean, I think the reason the set is derived from the playing 2 back to back, which obviously this one's a little bit extended. Um,
Yeah, I don't it doesn't it just does not make sense to me. Like, you're playing a
See, I just
set of
can't.
games, I guess, but
I can't think of
it's
anything
very
else to call it. That's why I'm like, oh, set play. That makes perfect sense. I'm the opposite.
I'm gonna call it, like, knockouts or,
Knockouts like bottom player falls,
like,
right?
knockout. Yeah, so the bottom generally, the bottom 2 players will fall and 2 will advance, but sometimes 3 will advance, and in
Yeah,
Japanese, it's called tournament style, like tournament system,
interesting. Okay.
and tournament system means that a certain number advance and a certain number, drop down. But whenever I say playing a set, then I'm talking about playing friendly games with, my friends, as opposed to playing free where you play with people you don't necessarily know. So it's really, really hard for me to get used to.
You saw one
It's like
call.
single
What'd you call?
elimination is the closest for in other types of like m- competitions.
Yeah, that does make sense. That's a fair point. You're gonna be fighting an uphill battle though to change the vernacular for it. It's
I'm just wondering
totally
like
on the
who
4 pin.
came up with it because
It's
it's
probably
so weird.
derived from fighting games or tennis. That's what everything is.
Uh,
It's always fighting
tennis,
games
they
or
call it
tennis.
set games.
Well, you have a set in tennis, I think. Or you have to win by a set, which is like 2 games. Or win by 2 sets. I don't know. That's for someone who's much more knowledgeable about things than me
I
to answer. I
guess fighting games.
don't
I don't know. I don't know enough about fighting games to.
know. Fighting games is just chicken and egg. It's which one came first. Because the fighting game set is always you play the best 2 out of 3. So you call it a set, and normally that's 2 games, I think, more often than not. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was derived from that, but again, someone much more knowledgeable than me probably has the actual correct answer.
I mean, like, yeah, this is also different than that, right? Because it's not the best out of
Yeah,
since it's a total scores.
very fair, very fair. We do see some defense. It
I
looks like
might take
Ando
on that
Taka.
uphill battle then.
It'll be started.
It
Jen
I
will
don't know.
lead the charge.
I think using the term set play promotes misunderstanding between Japan and English,
That is a valid point, yeah.
mahjong community.
That is very, very fair. Ooh, Takizawa backs away with the Hakus. Two pins Onko. Was that Tenpai on 5-8 pin? Did I read that right for Takizawa?
Just went away still, but
I'm still Ishanten. Okay. Same for Izumi here. It's getting so late though. I can't imagine anyone's gonna do anything.
uh,
Yep, Ishanten has that 2-2-3.
yeah, the 3 was being deceptively trying to act like a 2.
Close. It wanted to be. Just didn't quite get there. Door comes out super safe. We are gonna see the Cheetah Tenpai. We're going to
Discard.
go for Formon.
Can't win on that one because there's no Yaku.
Ooh, Tenpai for Izumi on 1 pin with no Yaku. How many Gen Shanten? Is anybody even close enough to count Gen Shanten?
Mm-mm. I mean, you're never more than like 12 Gen Shanten if you have an honor tile.
No, I mean, Porori's locked out. Porori's infinite Gen Shanten. I think there's no way. Formon, Druid, Takizawa. Not wanting to push the 4 pin, which we could see a good move would have dealt in. Folds out the hands. Sees it, probably a bit of relief internally. Says I made the right play. As frustrating as losing the win was. Izumi
2
admits
players
it's
tempo. Go to South 2 with Takizawa as the second turn dealer. Ando has no reason to take big risks at this point.
yeah, Ando saw all the calls open and said, I'm ahead by a lot. That looks cheap enough. I'm just gonna fold out. No use giving points away. I can even wait for the sumo and I'll be all good. South pair, Takizawa might be playing a little bit of speed. As the 2s and the 6s as well, but not quite enough pairs to get anything going. And I think we see the pause because this is just a formless hand without any direction. So deciding how Takizawa wants to play it. Porori has some good Pinzu shape, but very behind. Izumi's hand looks much, much better, much more put together. Same with Ando's hand, albeit just a hair slower. Gonna opt to keep those honors, play a little bit slower. Make sure we got defense in the latter part of the hand. We can fold out when any danger comes, not take any risks, secure this first. Turtle up a little bit, if you will.
Mr. Rainbow's never cheat away time.
That
You
is true.
sometimes have no choice, but
We're speaking of
cheat away time
those
is far
fifth
too
pair.
positive.
Fifth
Yeah,
pair,
it's one
so
away.
Takizawa might be at Chito time.
No time. That's too positive.
I agree, I agree.
It's one.
I look at a hand, I go, it's never Chito time. And then I look at a hand and I go, okay, it might be Chito time. And then, I was the fool because it wasn't Chito time, because it never gets past Ishan time. Oh, North pair. Speaking of that Toitsu-esque hand, Ando draws them. Interested to see if Ando would call the north here. Still should have a
One away
little
for
bit of safety.
Chitoi is only like 3 gen Shanten for Suanko.
It's true. That's true. Ooh, 7
That's only a
mon.
difference of 2. It's just 3 away versus 1 away, and so many more points.
Yeah, the EV spread. It's like Renho versus taking the Shiho chance. The EV spread is you just always pass the Renho. Nine pin, nothing burger. Ooh, 4 mon. That'll get the green out of our hands. Takizawa keeps dancing around which 3 tiles he's keeping floating to try and hit this Chitoi Senpai. Hasn't exactly found success with any of them yet, though. Three pin, and that'll be Tenpai. Izumi takes it for Riichi Pinfu. Waiting on the 1-4 Mon. Not the best, but not the worst. Still a decent amount of weights out. There's going to be 1-4 and 2 1-Mons. My count's correct. Which, not the worst. 3 left in the
Looking
wall.
at how many.
Premium Yanden.
I see a fair number, like a couple of 3-mons on the board. Maybe
Ooh, there's the
3
last
3-mons on the
4-Mon.
board.
Yeah, somewhere near that. Right,
So
I think, yeah, 3. Ooh, excuse me, yeah, 3. 2 in Takizawa's pond, 1 in Ando's pond, I believe. So yeah, a good amount out might justify the push, and we see some calls swap back and forth. Not Shisoi time, but Takizawa, who opened for that
Porori.
Haku, or Porori, excuse me, Porori opened for that Haku. Got on the 258, hits it, collects the sticks in the middle. I don't know what it is. I just feel like Takizawa goes before Izumi. I think that's what it is. But I get a call and then I get stun locked. Porori, though, with kind of a big win, creating more distance as we go into his final dealership for the South round. Trying to get a little bit more breathing room. To, I guess, secure this second place. Definitely wants to hit a dealer hand or two first, but not exactly with the pack anymore. Has a nice 5K buffer on Izumi and a little bit more from Takizawa. Which, speaking of, snap Hatsu call. Discarding that floating terminal out afterwards. Gonna want to play the other Yaku high tiles, try and pair them up, get a little bit more value. And we see Ishan 10 for Takizawa here, making the decision on which direction to go, what to cut. Could cut 6 pin, could cut 8 mon. Could even do something real crazy and throw 9 pin back or tune back to go back a Shan 10, but try and build a more expensive hand.
Looks like it's already essentially 6 blocks. So whittle it down to 5 with a floater.
We'll cut from the
So
Monzu.
those, yeah, the 4 connectors like that, the 5, 6, 7, 8 shape, you can generally count it as 2 open-endeds. So it just locks in that as a single sequence.
Yeah. And the 6 does have value because with the 5 draw, now we have options like dropping 9-9. We could even drop Chun Chun for the Pinfu Ishanten, which is going to be Takizawa's decision. As Porori now has Dora 2 with the Hatsu Yaku locked loaded. So Porori trying to build this Mangan out would be very, very scary for the rest of the table. Ryan Shanten right now, but very easily fixable. And then Shun Anka, a little bit of a backfire for Takizawa, but still Ishan 10 for that reach pinfu. Can potentially wait on the Sun Minchan. Although my problem every time I think in Takizawa's line of thinking, okay, draws the Sun Minchan. Reaches for Reach Pinfu. I was going to say, every time you take the Riichi San Menchan, that's day one of Riichi Academy. You take Riichi San Menchan, it never wins. Should it
I think
win?
there's a
Absolutely.
Sanshoku chance in there. Was I wrong?
Ooh,
I
what's there?
think it's a 567.
I did not catch it, but maybe. Yes, 567 Sanshoku, exactly. So yeah, the Takame Sanshoku would be huge too, although already at least 2 5-sos out as we see the counter reach or reach Pinfu.
So Porori has tripled up that Dora.
Yeah, 1 5 and 2 8-sos. And for the 5-8 pin, I think a little bit more on the wall. Oh, and speaking of, there's the 5 pin. Chase will win. It's cheap though. Just reach Pinfu for 2K. Sticks in the middle, same amount as the hand. Hello, chat, Jenn, and Navitas. Hopefully Navitas is in the chat. Unfortunately, if you were looking for the Navitas commentator, you got the wrong one. It's okay though. I'm a little
I do
sick. We'll
keep
call it on that.
at messaging Navitas to commentate with us, but he stopped responding to me. So
He's busy. He's busy. It's a busy season for a lot of people. Not me.
been about a year of DMs.
He's been busy. I assume. I haven't been
Yeah.
seeing him at tournaments, so I'm assuming he's been real busy. That's normally what it is. You see a tournament goer, and all of a sudden they stop going, and you're like, oh wow, something. Life
Yeah, I have
came
no
running.
idea. I have no idea what it's like to be busy. Just
Jen has no idea whatsoever. Not even a shred of an idea. Same with
this
sleep.
is suizoeater on the
Um,
Harrison.
Suizo Harrison, a local terrible ladder player, and resident yapper. I may not be celestial, but I'll talk as confidently as I am, and that makes up for it, at least in my mind. That'll close the gap just a little bit. And it's Twitsy City. Everyone's drawn pairs. Table has decided no more Sanshoku, just pairs. Takizawa in all last is really trying to figure out how to get any value from this hand, and it's just struggling to find it. As we see Ishanten for Izumi for Chitoi. Nobody else kind of any bit of put together. Ooh, interesting draw. We could cut 5, not exactly a good Chitoi. Well, we could also cut the 5 Mon. I mean, with that green and that south, like, we're not necessarily out. And Izumi wants to go open. She says, this hand was meant for bigger things than Chitoi. We want Yakuhai, Yakuhai, Toi Toi. And we're going to call and go into Tenpai for it. That one's
And
6 pin, 8 pin.
I approve.
I agree
I
as
approve.
well.
That is exactly what I would have done as well.
It's an aggressive route. Chitoi, you might be stuck in Ishanten forever. You're expecting the green out. You're expecting the south. You can take the Toi Toi Tenpai immediately after. Things start looking bad. You do have a round then upgrade. Not really anymore. Now we'd be Fury 10 or Furry 10, but I mean for this quick of a Tenpai as dealer, you're threading that Mongon. People are gonna be a little bit wary. People are gonna be backing away. You buy yourself all the time in the world to fish a sumo. At 8 pin, I don't know if it's going to come out from Takizawa. Takizawa very incentivized to play safe here. hard place.
Very wide if Takizawa would discard the Dora, but does not want to do that, especially with Izumi's calls on the table. You do that with a single Dora away
Yeah.
often enough that it's super dangerous.
Yeah, not only would it be an expensive deal in, but Takizawa really needs like some sort of value in order to Gyakuten here to pass somebody. And really like Dora's the only way to do that with a hand like Takizawa's.
Yep, single Dora. Yeah, if you can't throw it, all you can do is wait on a single Dora.
It's much too scary. It's just gonna be about if people can wiggle around, navigate to K10 in order to get that small amount of points at the end of the hands. Oh, there's still two 6-pins and one 8-pin left on the wall, so. Or excuse me, the 8-pins are dead. One is on the board, but still two 6-pins left. We're gonna see the Chi Takizawa calling for K10. Trying to wiggle down to that Dora Tonki weight, that single north weight. Ooh, that one was loud. Thunder's coming in.
I love Thunder, personally.
Thunder scares me only when I'm broadcasting, and the internet might get questionable. So if we randomly
That's true.
stop, I will do my best to get it back up. I will pause and save what part we're at on
Be
the
warned.
vid. Yeah, be warned. Hopefully, no technical difficulties. Fingers crossed. I should have had some at the start of the stream because you can only have technical difficulties once. So if you do it at the start, it's out of the way. But it was pretty smooth sailing opening up. So I may have cursed myself in that way. Yeah, I don't think anybody's really going to be able to navigate around this north. I think it is kind of wraps, and with that one 6-pin draw and only one 6-pin left on the wall, and low odds for Izumi to get it, I think it's just going to go to Ryukoku with one player tempai. Izumi throws out the north.
Fedora?
Everyone else is like, "Oh, we can get that out of our
No!
hand. Look at that."
It's the Dora parade.
And I said, "Well, I'll be." Oh, look at that. Takizawa's going to keep
Oh, it's
it.
a safe tile, so he doesn't have to discard.
I'll do
And
the
Porori just
last.
picked the wrong one, I'm pretty sure. I'm sure that it was he meant to discard the Dora.
I think this is Haite. Nope, two more. A little bit scary giving it to Izumi. One 6-pin left, and she draws
Got
it.
it!
Doesn't even need it, but Haite Toy double Yakuhai for a dealer Mangan, and all of a sudden, this game has gotten just a little bit more interesting. Izumi now at 35K. Clear and present
Within
favorite for
one
second.
more one more Mangan Sumo will put her in first place ahead of Ando.
Yeah. Now Izumi, especially in dealer, has a range to catch Ando reasonably.
And Mangan Sumo is always the sweet spot you're aiming for in all last. And be within if you're a dealer, you only have to be within like 15,000, which she is now,
Yeah.
in order to make a comeback in one hand. Non-dealer, you gotta be within 10,000.
Oh
So
my
Takizawa
god.
doesn't even have a Mangan Sumo condition for third place right now.
Yeah.
And Porori has lost his Mangan Sumo condition for second place.
Yeah, they both
Uh,
need a stick, I think. I think Porori needs 2 sticks. And everyone's getting weird toy two hands. And Porori is actually going to call the green. We're going to go for some nonsense. We're going Honroto Toy double Yakuai. We're getting
it is
zany.
5 games. Yeah, it is 5 games in this session, so any placement advancement will help your teammates when they take over for you in later
Yes.
games.
Every place is super important. You want to try for each very, very badly. Should also be noted that Izumi cannot win or be Tenpai in first to end the game. She must pass the dealership naturally. So even if Izumi gets a huge Mangan Sumo here, there will still be another hands no matter what. And it is Uma only, so it's just about what you place. Tiebreakers will be by raw score, but again, odds are that we will not go to a tiebreaker. That's pretty unlikely. And we are seeing Takizawa set up for the Hanemon guarantee, the Honroto Toi Toi double Yakuai. Fishing for the south, will not find it. But if we get the Chun, not a problem. Well, the problem is not that's paired in Takizawa's hand, or excuse me, in Porori's hands. Who's definitely going to be looking to play a slower, maybe Chitoi hand to avoid dropping a lot of tiles. What we do, we also see the 7-pin kept because we can play Chanta, Dora, double Yakuhai for Mangan for Takizawa. There's some direct conditions specifically on Porori in order to Gyakuten. Especially when we're far from our hand completed, that'll matter.
Yeah, I think we only see Porori shift to a Hoitsu if he pairs up that south.
Yeah.
Most of the players like do not just throw away open-endeds the way that I do. Oh, no, he'll go for it. Just kidding.
And went, nah, 1 point. Maybe it has a read on Takizawa's hand,
I
or
mean,
just
he's
knows they can
probably
get away
going
with it.
for, yeah, probably going for Hanemon.
Yeah.
It helps that Takizawa does not have Mangan Sumo conditions to catch up to Porori.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in that aspect, putting out a reach stick would be pretty devastating for Porori.
Yeah. That one Riichi
But let's
stick
see,
makes a
Chitoi
difference.
and Hoitsu. But he has the Dora. He doesn't need to reach for the second place
Yeah.
comeback.
I'm not gonna do much. Ooh, can we throw south though? Nope. We want Chitoi.
He's
Oh,
going
needs
for,
door
yeah,
2.
Chitoi.
Sumo would be Baimon, right?
Yeah.
A tank from
He only
Izumi.
needs Hanemon Sumo.
Yeah. So he's
But
got it. Got some directs too, although I can't imagine that any of his direct conditions are gonna happen. I guess
no, he'd need the Baimon
yeah.
Direct, which means that he would have to reach. And I don't think it's good for him to put out a reach stick with Takizawa having those calls on the board.
Well, he wouldn't. I don't think he's
Because
hitting
that
Hanemon direct either from Izumi. That seems unlikely.
he doesn't need Hanemon Direct.
To pass Izumi, doesn't he?
If it's direct, Mangon should be plenty.
Oh yeah. Good point. Oh, and the 5-pin will come out
But
though.
Ando shut down Takizawa and luck in the first place. Izumi taking second place. And somebody's happy. Taking first place in the
First
first
place.
game. Earning 3 table points for her team.
Yeah, it's so big
Second
to
place.
set the pace too. Really locking them down.
Really in third, and Takizawa just could not get anything started in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Takes fourth for the team. You see the standings here, the earned points. That's the raw score. There's no UMA, so we just count how much above or below 30,000 you are.
Yep.
And you can see table. Those are the teams for table D, which we will see tomorrow. But we still have 2 more games that we will watch for table C today. In the meantime, don't forget to sign up for the World Reach Online Team League.
That's right, World Reach Online Team League. You will even see some of the commentators, some of your favorite pros. I know everyone cares about those people a lot more than your number of commentators.
Not Jenn, though. Jenn is still a free agent.
Jenn's a free agent, so if you want to make a team, I mean, signups aren't closed. You can join partway through. You got a premium player on the market. Just saying, just saying.
I'm here. I'm not last picked. I'm never picked.
Hey, that means that you're first pick coming. People are gonna realize. People are gonna catch
and I do
later.
have to lie because when I put in as a free, I guess a free agent for the Australian Team League, I was picked up immediately. But
that's the trick. You gotta hit up. You gotta wait for the Aussies to be down one.
Yeah, it's just the Americans who don't like me. You know why? It's because I've been practicing my Australian accent. How you going? That was really good. I was complimented on that.
That's good.
Yesterday.
That's good. That's good. I got stun locked for a second. I said we have an Australian commentator now. Whoa. Okay, let's see these game 2 players. Let's get into it. Who do we got? Who do we got showed up for game 2, Jenn?
All right, in the East we have Jun Nishikawa representing Sumfaro, a JPML player. In the South Sea, we have an SPM player, Hidetaka Sakai, representing Kanemon, who just took first place at the first table. Oops. In the West Sea will be Yoshiki Ishii. That's a lot of shi-ing sounds, E. JPML playing for Real Partners. And in the North Sea, world champion from Vienna, Keijun Nara, representing Kokubun Press Group, playing also as a JPML Pro.
Yes.
So these are all the same teams. Everyone has switched out for teammates. We'll see all new players and I think some high-level play. We've watched Jun Nishikawa a fair amount lately, and that guy, I have to say, he's the Mawashi king.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of really like, what do you call it?
Creative
Mawashi manipulation.
And
yeah, creative mawashis, and then somehow ends up tenpai and winning off you on Haite or right before. I say that now, so probably we won't see any of that this game, but
just
normally,
all straightforward hands and folds. Like, I'm either in or I'm out.
If you watch his other games, then you'll definitely see that. I'm just gonna like take 30 seconds to run and refill my drink real quick, because otherwise my voice is gonna go out. So
yeah, you got it.
You can...
Hey,
yeah, I'll leave it to you if you want to start or not. But
take all
I'll
the
be
time.
Right back. Don't go, baby.
You got it. Don't worry. Suizo will take care of everybody while Jen's going to get some water. Very important. Stay hydrated. Take a little breaky. All of that. But, you know, now we're back. Electric. Going to game 2. Looking at Mawashi King Nishikawa. At the uncle of 9s. 2 8-mons and a floating Dora as well. A lot of opportunities, a lot of things in order to lock that dealer hand in. And even draws the 7, so it is looking like Nishikawa's repeat here. Very strong hand, Sakai, a little bit too far back. Ishii.
Did you count how many seconds it was?
It was exactly about 55 by my count, 54.
What?
I can see the video time, so I do have an actual timer. I know that sounds like it was coming from nowhere, but that's the only reason I knew. I looked down and I was like, oh, I have a timer for once.
Oh my god, he really timed me.
I
Jen
did.
said 30 seconds, and she took double that, almost.
We need to see how
About
on
exactly
point your
double that.
values are. It's important. I'm trying to sell you, Jen. I'm trying to sell you for a Rattle team. It's very important to me.
I've gotten 0 DMs since we announced that I'm a free agent.
They take a while. They take a while. People got to find 3 other people. You can't offer Jen a team spot and then say I need to find 2 other people after. You have to give her the last spot, you know? Very important. Yeah, some thought there from Sakai, but just gonna play it straight from the looks of it still. Which is the same for Nara. Still hanging around Ishanten, has the floating Dora. Needs to do something with it.
I think we lost 3 viewers with my Australian accent.
That's not bad. I've heard accents that have dropped 10 before, so maybe not in this chat, but 7 not gonna do it. ESO not happening. Okay, looks like Ishii. We get a little bit closer to Tenpai. The problem is quicker Tenpai for Nara gonna stay Dama. Right now would be Riichi Dora on the 4-mon Kanchan indicator, so not the best weight. That's kind of a good read too, because I think it's completely dead. It's either completely dead or there's 1 left in the wall. Although I think normally if you weren't going to take that, you would try and stay back 1 Shanten, but maybe values the low chance sumo just to end the hand. And does draw an Anko of 2, so gets us on 5 Mon with a couple extra weight upgrades. The problem is we took that time. Dealer found Tenpai Nishikawa on Riichi Dora, waiting on 4 Mon, 7 Mon, the better version of Nara's weight. Right as we draw the 6 Mon, can we throw 2 so or 7 pin? 7 pin safe.
Also draw 5
or 9. Could drop 9 as well.
8, 9.
Yeah.
5, 6, or 8 or 9.
So many options. 9, dropping the 8 for a 9 Tanki looks bad. There's already 2 on the board. I think it's whether we drop 7 or 9.
There's a 9.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We see the 5-8 Mon for the Riichi Dora.
I think the question was not about what to discard, it was about whether to reach or not.
You think so?
Yeah.
I would think
maybe the 9 is a pretty obvious discard there.
You think so over the 7 pin for the 4-7 Mon way? I guess that makes sense. 4-7 Mon, not that great.
We have the chance in another Dora, right?
Yeah, that too.
You don't want to be stuck discarding the Dora.
Oh, this is a tough spot.
I think I don't know. Personally, for me, the deciding factor is I don't want to be stuck discarding the Dora.
Yeah.
After reaching. So if you reach on a Dora weight, that doesn't happen.
It's true. Very true.
But I also didn't notice that the 7 was Genbutsu, so.
It happens. It's a little small. The we don't have big screens in front of us. We're kind of working with what we got. Sometimes it's a little hard to see.
But through the Discord, you can only make the discard or the Discord. The discards on Discord a certain size. It doesn't go any bigger than that.
Yeah. One day we'll figure out a workaround. Every year it improves, step by step, bit by bit. Tanking on the 1 pin. Gonna go with 3 so. Sakai will pass it. 3 Mon.
Tenpai.
She gets there.
The worst Tenpai shape in my book.
The penchon that's connected.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dislike.
Ooh, Tenpai upgrade to 5-2 Mon. 7 Mon. which I think they're pretty much all dead. I think there might be one 5-mon left in the wall, and I think
Yeah,
everybody else is drawing dead.
it's not an upgrade for
Oh,
necessarily a win at this point, but now we have a choice, 7-mon or 8-mon
man, the
to
choice
maintain
is which
tempo.
death, and
Oh, the
yeah,
choice is to fold.
Ishii says, "I will not be dying today. I would rather be out. No, thank you."
And Nara gets the win.
5 Mondora, very expensive. Nishikawa dealing in, no way to defend. And must have found the Uradora as well. I missed what it was, but Riichi Dora 2 would not be enough, so must have hit Nara for Mongon. Very big opening win for Nara. Yeah, you would have liked to hit Sakai more than Nishikawa, but you know, you'll take points where you can get them. Set yourself up to have a good South round, and oh my goodness, Ishii's got a hand. Look at that. Look at that hand. And a Jun
Beautiful.
Anko. Oof. Dragons are Dragons are meeting this hand for sure.
Yeah, a lot of Menzen action going on here. When you see dragons, you're generally going to expect a lot more calls as an online player. But these players are respecting and aiming for that reach.
Yeah, Nara the only one without a Dragon Anko right now, which is kind of insane to say. I don't know if I've ever seen this before. Especially this
Sakai.
early, right?
And Ishii will call, but not head the flush, really. Gonna keep that Dora.
Well, not full hedging. There's already one East out. So maybe gonna fish around the Dora and then commit later on.
I think one East out is perfect. But
Ooh, 6-1 Anko.
Dora is the deciding factor in that. And this is Sakai's hand has the right suit for the Dora flush, but no Dora yet.
Mm-hmm. Not quite there. I'm on Latadora for Nara. The question is, can we work it? And now with a second call from Ishii, Tempai found on 3-mon. Make it a bit harder.
Actually, this is so perfect. This is really making me want to play Mahjong, and I have Armo games today.
Ooh, there you go. Ooh, an Ishan 10 for Sakai with a Toitsu hand. And we are going to see the Toy upgrade for Toy Hatsu, potentially Dora 2, although if we find a Pinzu, we might even switch. Emphasis
If
on
10
might.
people in the chat say they'll watch, then I'll stream my Armo games today.
Whoa.
I haven't streamed Armo in like probably 3 years.
Armel's so fun to stream, though. I always stream Armel. Almost always. Not always, but most of the time.
I'm a night streamer and I play Armo in the mornings, so
Ah, that's very fair.
I will put on makeup and stream Armo if okay, 5 people in the chat promise to watch.
Oh, Jen, you can't keep selling yourself short. Come on. We can get 10. Also, hockey switch. It looks like Ishii wants the value. Although the problem with that hockey switch is we see the Anko here in Nishikawa's hand, who is never in a million years going to throw it out. We are not going to be breaking our hand for that. I think the question in this hand is how long Nara stays in. Nara just, I mean, has that floating tune. Bit of a rock in a hard place right now.
Eh, the question is not Sakai's one gen Shanten.
Wait, Sakai is one Gen Shunten? No. Oh my goodness, you're so right. That is exactly one Gen Shanten, although a rough one Gen Shanten, because there's already a 1-mon on the board. I think 7-pin is, or not 7-pin, 6-pin is not great. Jun comes out.
Spin is not terrible. There's the 7-beam pwned. It's not great, but it's not terrible.
Riichi from Nishikawa. Shihaku. The 3-mon comes
Feels good.
out. Nara snipes it for Pinfu Tanya
Yeah,
Dora 2.
Sakai just taking the most efficient route possible. When you have so many triples, you don't have a lot of safe tiles. Like, if you have one
Yeah.
safe tile, you have 3 safe tiles. But if you have none, then you have none and everything is super dangerous. So you take, the best route for your own hand.
Yeah, Sakai just was like, well, we'll keep the 1-mons out to call. It's not necessarily even safe. Set ourselves up for a better win later, and then, happens to go out. Happens to deal in and be like that. 3-mon, not gonna do much. Ooh, very fun hand for dealer Ishii here. Think Brian Shanten.
Actually, and super flexible with a decent chance at a full straight.
Oh yeah. Tons of options. 1-pin coming out. Bit of a tank from Sakai, trying to figure out how to play the hand well.
Hmm.
Play the hand, do something with the hand. As we see Nishikawa get
Not,
Ishanten. Or excuse me,
yeah,
Ishii.
not likely to get a full straight anymore.
Yeah. Unlikely, but not impossible, importantly. Surely we don't keep the 7-pins. We'll throw the 1s. We see some 1s out. We see a 2. We go, you know what? This 1-2 side of this triplet of 3 probably not going to be too good. We'll keep the 5, but 7's going to gain us more tiles than that 1 will. A lot of kind of floating, I guess, junk in Sakai's hands still. Those like one-off honors. Luckily, they're coming out on the board, so they shouldn't be too scary later in the hands.
Super flexible one-away shape for Nishikawa, but he's... Oh, sorry, that was a 2-away. I thought he got a 6. It was a 5.
Yeah, not
Uh.
quite. Close, very close.
I can read kanji.
Yeah, kind of awkward. I mean, it is one away. We are Ishanten. It's just we're on that awkward 6-pin kanchan, I think, most of the
No,
time.
it's like a... As a 6, it would have been a really cool, kind of perfect one-way shape, but...
Yeah.
Ugh.
Ooh, Nara's gonna get a little bit closer too. Alright, trying to find his way into this Tenpai Brawl. I'm sure it's just a draw 2 away from everybody. Now it's Dora 2, so it's definitely going to want to bat. We're going to throw 6-pin. We're going to play efficiency, change up our strategy from that Itsu we were fishing. So we now have a guaranteed Rich Pinfu 1 away for Nishikawa.
Are you the type that enjoys finding folding routes? Like, with a hand like,
Um,
Sakai?
I wouldn't say folding roots, but I would say like interesting Mawashi roots that are much more defensive than people would give credit. Like I think the one of the greater skills in the game is finding an interesting like half Suji with some protectors that lets you cut a full shape, and Mawashi the hand. I think things like that are one of the more interesting parts of the game. Like basically doing anything you can to not fold, especially if you can cut a shape with a little bit more danger, but a lot more chance to tempai. Like really creative routes like that, I think is where I tend to go.
Looks like as Sakai is doing with the pawn.
Hmm.
Really looked like he was folding the hand for a few minutes there. Just found a route
Ooh,
back. This
tempai.
is waiting for that 6-9 that I thought he had already drawn. And that's just one away now for Sakai. And with that, that Mawashi ended up saving up, collecting a fair number of safe tiles.
Mhm. And speaking of one away, we're gonna throw 7 mon. It will pass. We get the 8 pin. Don't need it. We're on 6-9 mon. Not great, even a little bit. But you know, it's there. Ours got 3 of them, 2 more, and dealer Ishii's pond, and another here. So it's just 1-9, 1-6. Bit of a rough chance, but a chance nonetheless. And we are going to see Tempai. And now it's going to challenge for Riichi Dora 2, waiting on just 3 pin. Ormon comes out. We are going to see the Chi and the East drop. Sakai wants in, wants the tips in the middle on 4-1 mon. And the 4-mon comes out after, and Sakai takes it. Just 1k Haku Nomi, which shuts down some expensive hands. Helps mend the gap just a little bit to at least Ishii, which for Team Kaneman, a second place here would be very, very good. Of course, wants the first, but even a second here is huge.
So nice open-ended shapes in Nara's hand as dealer, but nothing completed yet. I'm looking like maybe the fastest hand though. Nothing completed here either for Ishii. Nishikawa's hand. Finally something completed, but still a bit of a mess over there. I think there are 4 connectors, 5, 6, 7, 8 shape in the Manzu.
Yeah, I can see that. Seems about right.
And that south pair was also hiding in there. That is Nishikawa's seat wind.
Yeah, just one Yaku right now. Still in the East round. And we
He's
are
in
going
the
to see the
south seat.
call. So I guess once I'm not going to keep the 4 pin for some weird, like, toy-esque route. Just wants to play efficiency.
I'm like concerned about which is slightly more efficient or not. It keeps like
I think the 4 pin is right. I think the 4 pin is the most, like, unique tile acceptance.
no options for pawn.
That is true. Which that's the trade-off, right? What was the other pair? It was like
5, so
5-so. Well, I guess you're not really
the
expecting.
Dora.
You're not expecting the 5-so to come out though.
No, he's a backup with the Nobetan weight in the 5, 6, 7, 8. I think is the idea there,
That
but
too, yeah. So it's not even like you really lose
you're
the
supposed
call.
to expect to draw the third Dora, and then you need a pair somewhere else.
Well, you can draw another pair by then. You can get there.
I'm not questioning Nishikawa. I always, always, always lose to Nishikawa, so.
Nishikawa tends to find a way there. Tends to make something work.
Yeah, he always makes something work. At least when I'm at the table, I'll get a nice lead, and then he'll come
I'll
in all
figure out a
last
way.
for a comeback. Yeah,
Some players can
and
just
he'll
hit
make
it.
it look like he's folding, like really make it look like he's folding, and then wins with a Hanemon off of you.
Ooh, I might be filling out the Jenn apology for him. Ooh. Jenn would be Tenpai right now, probably.
Probably. It might be a silly like middle 7 pin weight or something. Oh, I probably would have
No, you'd
upgraded to
probably be
the
on
open-ended in the
4-7. Because
Matsu.
you would have dropped like
Yeah.
2 pin if you were keeping the 4-pin pair, I think. Stack the 3. Then you draw on the Manzu, you cut away from the Pinzu even more. Take like 4-4-6. And we see Sakai taking these pauses. Or excuse me, Nishikawa taking these pauses to try and figure out what like better end pair weights might be available later on. By keeping some of these weird tiles. We're assuming we're going to get 4-7 Mon. We're not too worried about that. It's what happens after we get that call. But we're going to cheat and go
There's
to
a no
Nobeton.
beton. Oh.
We choose 6-9 Mon.
Choosing the weight closer to the edge, less useful for other people. There's a 9. Takes heed of the 5 Mon discard.
Yeah, but surely you go south first. Yeah. Especially when it plays in the hand. Ooh, that's okay.
Oh.
We're always cutting down the Nobeton there. We're not dropping Dora, which we're dealing as well. Wouldn't want that.
No, you're just talking about Jen's route that would have won with the 4 Mon.
No, because
Except
you
I would
wouldn't
not
hit
have
that
keyed
call.
that.
Yeah, you wouldn't have hit the 3 pin. We're in an alternate butterfly timeline right now. We actually found flying cars in this Mahjong timeline. Funny enough.
Finally, we've been like promised that for decades.
Oh, traffic's worse somehow. Don't worry. It's not all sweet. Ooh, third 6 Mon. That's gonna be really, really bad for Nishikawa. Although Nara is going to have trouble using every 6 and every 9 Mon. And
It's like
Sakai
I
finds it
gets it.
first.
Just on one on hand again. Slowly chipping away at other people's dealerships.
But hey, shut down Dora 3. That's worth its weight in gold. Very, very important.
Like, I just don't like that in this Sankan shape.
Suncon.
You have 3 kanchans all connected to each other.
Oh yeah, I hate that shape. I always get that shape. And then I always draw like one of the middle 2 paired, and I'm like, I have no idea what to do. I think you're just supposed to drop, like cut the pair in most of these situations, but it always just it's whatever situation or whatever decision you make, it's always wrong for that situation. You always draw into the thing that you cut, and you're like, well, oops.
Yeah, but personally, I do like to have that pair
You like the
backup
pair?
when I have a pair of Dora.
Yeah, that makes sense. Very reasonable. Very sensible.
But I will reiterate, Nishikawa is a much better player than me. But
Hmm.
my pair backup when I have a pair of Dora is free agent for the World Reach Online Team League if anyone wants to invite me onto a team.
Truth, truth. Jet might have won that hands. And Butterfly Reality would have been very, very close. A lot of Yaku high pairs in this hand. We see Hatsu South or Ishii for a double Yaku high. Neither out yet. We also see for Sakai, we have the Chunes and that floating Hatsu. Although not a lot of Dora to hit the player's hands yet. In fact, I think 0 Dora have been drawn from the wall. Which, as we can see, means everybody can go a little bit lower, a little bit slower. But the problem is later on, that's going to cause problems when people start drawing them. That being said, Ishii's going to have no problem working that Dora 9-so into the hands, connecting it to the 7s. Definitely going to be playing that. Three Mon, still Ishan 10. We're going to play 9-pin. Go for the E-Peiko route as dealer. That's not going to do too much. Ooh, Forso, big fill-in. Got the 2 Mon for Pinfu Tanyao Ishanten. I guess possible Tanyao. Not guaranteed with Nara shape. We have a 1-pin route. Or 1-pin Tempai.
And see, boom. Still 2 away, though.
Ooh, and Nara. The Dama monster on 1-4-pin. 1-pin looking very, very hard to use. 4 pins, I think, already all held. If not, very close. As we see, still Ishan 10 for Ishii. A third 8-pin, not Tempai. What are we gonna cut? Answer is 3-pin.
It's the easiest to call, but might get stuck if he draws that one bean. Definitely will have to discard that if he wants to keep a winning hand.
Yeah, still 4 of those ones in the wall. Ooh, and the 1-pin drawn by Sakai is going to get played. Pinfu Nomi, very cheap from Nara, but plenty of points when you are already ahead and you get to pass the dealership.
I mean, this
Especially
is
when
a
you're taking
south
it from
round
second.
strategy, right? So,
Yeah.
in the if you can play like perfectly according to plan, then in the east round you gain points, save up a bunch of points, and then the south round you win cheap, quick hands
Mm-hmm.
to just move the dealerships along and not give anyone else chances to win points. So that's the ideal strategy that people would want to play. Of course, everything doesn't work out that way, so you end up with different conditions and things. But Nara is living the dream here.
The question is, will the dream shift into a nightmare? Not a bad start to the hand. It seems like Nara is still an advantage. Although everybody's got some pretty quick hands.
Did
Dealer
he not
Sakai.
chose not to pull in the white dragon? He had a pair already, right?
Yep. Again, we don't want to take risks. We want value. We want to play very patient, very slow. We don't want to
I don't think
overextend.
he does. I don't think he does. I think you want to play. I think you want to have a backup plan, but I think you want to shut down other people's dealerships and take this W.
Well, there's one left, right? Get Civ Tiles from it. You don't
I think
overextend. You
it's
can build some more value in your hand just to build the buffer.
problem is all these pairs. It's like, well, it's just one away from all pairs.
Yeah, that is
Big
true.
sigh.
Your hand is tempting you to
It's like
cheat
two away,
away.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, two away from all pairs. Okay, now I think we'll see the call if it comes out again.
Yeah, now we're good now. If we threw Dora, nobody called it, so there's not going to be some like Tanyao, Dora 3.
Yeah, I think in this case, and I think in this case, want to pull the white dragon more than you want to reach, right?
Yeah, I would think
Without a
Nara would
Yaku.
Dama most of the time. Maybe fishing an Ipeko to do so.
If you get the 9-mon first, that's fine, but I think
Speaking
I'm
of
definitely more
Ipeko,
comfy pulling the white dragon than
pin.
a Dama with no Yaku or a reach with reach no mi, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's extremely defensive, I would say, or definitely a more defensive route to play the hands. Ooh, the
Everybody else is
4/5.
moving much faster than Nara. That's a very wide one away for Nishikawa.
Yeah, for reach, Pinfu
Also
Dora,
very
possible
wide one
Tanya.
away for Sakai. Everyone except Ishii has super wide one-aways, and then including Nara. And then Ishii, even for not being one-away, he's still has a pretty decent hand.
Yeah, hands not bad at all. That was Tempai denied though. Didn't want to take Riichi Nomi. Sakai wanted to milk a little bit more out of it. Ishii hits the big kanchan, and we draw the Anko of
Yeah.
Haku. Silly Shanten.
Now he can call anything, it's even wider. Yishanten.
Oh, and
Alright,
Tempai.
that's more value.
We're not going to take the Furry 10, reach Pinfu Tanyao on 4/7 pin. This is
That's
Tempai.
Tenpai too.
Could drop
Not the
9. We
good
could
weight
drop
though.
Haku. We still have Yaku on the 9-mon. Chuso will come. It will pass as well.
Naibon not like Gembutsu or anything for the reach either.
Yeah, I think just wanting to have the option to fold. Might even do it here and drop Haku. Chumon is a tough tile, but we'll justify it and it will pass. And Tempai. And we are going to slam for Reach Pinfu Dora, possible Tanyo on the 6 of sticks, which I believe is completely dead. So just waiting on those 9 so's.
Nine, so I'm 4/7 pin. Oh, sort of a swappy doppy for not maintaining Tenpai though.
A little bit of back, a little bit of forward.
That's also Tenpai. That's 4 players Tenpai. Reach.
And passes. What was that? 3/6-mon? This has got to be Haku, right? We're not, there's no 4 draw abort. I think
4
debating on
did
whether the
come out from
7-mon could
Nishikawa.
come.
Yeah, the 4 did pass for Nishikawa, so it passed for 2 of the reach players, but not the 3rd one.
And 3-mon, Reach Epot's Pinfu. I
So
leave
she
Dora
wins
as
off of
well.
Nishikawa.
Massive hand. Now Ishii threatening Nara before even having their dealership. Oh, just 3,900 did not hit the Dora. We did not have Dora in the hand. But still a very good hand. Now in striking distance to our leader Nara. Yeah, Team
Yeah,
Hero
this is
partner really needs this 3 points to stay in it.
so she did make it to the within 10,000 points by South 3. But as dealer, has the potential to get even more. And not just, Amangon Sumo would not just switch the points around, but also, or switch the placings around, but also give him a decent lead.
Mm-hmm.
And Mangon Sumo is about the sweet spot that you generally want to aim for in all cases when playing.
Yeah.
You can't always do it. Sometimes you're gonna get like the more defensive, uh, cheaper hands. But I think Akutsu's teachings are generally you want to aim for like basically a Yako and a Dora.
Mm-hmm.
Men's in as much as possible, and then when you reach, every Tsumo is basically a Mangon.
Yeah.
You don't have to aim for a lot more than that.
Yeah, Mangan I think is the edge of reasonable value for almost any hand, or at least possible value for any hand.
It's
So
also the least like sort of waste
yeah.
because if you think about it, it's the last jump that actually doubles your score with one Han.
Mm-hmm. The most
If you
efficient,
go from
so to speak.
mostly you're doubling your score from 3900 or I guess 50 if you go from 52 to 8,000 it's not quite double but when you go from 8,000 to 12,000 then it's only a 4,000 point jump so
Mm-hmm.
it's not quite the jump that you get.
Yeah.
And plus you need like two Han to make it to get to the next jump after that, not just one Han. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and for only 50% more score, you're what is that? Instead of going for times two, it's like a 70% decrease, something. I don't know. That math's hard. That's stat nerd
it's hard
math.
math.
That's beyond my capabilities. Ooh, and Big Kanchan 5. So we go into Ishan 10 for Ishii. Looking to repeat. Apply even more pressure to Nara.
Outside him for Nishikawa, I think. Emulating his teammate Porori, who was going for plenty of outside hands in the last game.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, will get dropped. I do wonder if Nara is going to play this tune aggressively and call it, because there is a little bit more value in just kicking Ishii off dealership for sure. Or so nothing.
Yeah, so it should be not as basic strategy. The thing is, if Sakai can get a 2,000 point hand, he's within that Mangan sumo range of getting second place.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, for Nara, he wants to win as quickly and cheaply as possible. He almost got there last hand, but
Gotta connect it. Gotta finish it though. That is the key.
yeah, who'd have thunk that the Shabo weight would be the
Will be the one
the
that gets there.
choice? Ridiculous. Ridiculous game.
One pin doing a whole lot of nothing. Formon denied. We really want value. Nishikawa wants that Chanta San Shokudora. We're gonna see Ishanten taken for Sakai, opting for the Toy route. Wants the value, wants a way to play it. Alright, it's an upgrade though. We're gonna throw the one pin. Ishanten. Shun surely has to come out soon. Or Shun has to get called from that state. Con 7 months. Sakai needs points. We're gonna wait. Shun will come. It will get snap called. And we take the 7 pin West. Tempai. When West just hit the board perfectly safe. I'd imagine it's a ticking time bomb to see when the second comes out. Sakai deciding to con. This is a big flip. This will be super important. Orso is the new Dora, not exactly the most expensive. Already one on the board. One in Nara's hand, so a little bit of value upgrade from that, although it doesn't actually need it. One drawn for Nishikawa. Gonna keep it for now. Doesn't play in the Chanta well, but has other merits. Eight-mon pair, not exactly what Ishii wants to see.
Just an extra block. Can't go to Tanya with the one being discard. That's what we'll see.
Just gonna try it. I mean, the problem is your free 10 on the 8-mon. There's not a lot of draws left, so it's not a big deal, but
Let's get this. Actually, 7-mon looks kind of good on this board.
yeah, we don't get Tenpai after 7-mon discard. That's the problem. You need two of them for Ishii.
Yeah. Still like way more than 2 draws.
Yeah, we gotta get something. Ooh, okay. Now that we
Now
have the 8 pin,
7-mon makes
now
sense.
7-mon's good. Now 7-mon, amazing. We love 7-mon. Before, a little tough. Now, fantastic. Nara had to switch to the 8 pin. Now debating on throwing the 5-mon. Looks kind of weird. People have been doing weird stuff in the hands. And Nara's going to back away, at least momentarily, at least. Drop 7 pin. Again, opting for that
No need for
defense.
yeah, no need for risk here. If he can get a quick hand, but the quick hands are not coming to him this game or this round.
Two-mon, not going to help Nara trying to push. It's going to fully fold with this West-West. It's too slow this late in the hands to try with that. Cannot do it. Ooh, and
Nice standby
Tempai
for Sakai.
on Toy Toy Possible North. Which, speaking of, North would be an expensive deal, and I believe it wouldn't be too expensive otherwise. Sakai only at
It's only going to be
40.
26. Any deal in will only be
Yeah,
42.
2,600. 52 with the North, though. Much, much more
Yeah.
expensive, especially when it's this tight.
It's a super efficient. Actually doubles your score with 1 Han level that we were just talking about.
Mm-hmm. And Sakai, the only one Tenpai, collects 3K. Very big. Able to pretty comfortably pass Ishii.
And great news for Nara because Ishii not being Tenpai there means that he is out of that 10,000 point range. So
No,
even
but
among
it's
on some oh, it's
Nara's
he's dealer.
dealer.
Never mind.
Yeah, Nara's dealer.
You're
So
right.
we actually get 12K
Yes,
range now. So we're
you're
just
right. You're
barely
right.
inside it.
I'm, I'm so silly.
Yeah, Nara
No
would.
wonder nobody wants me on their Roddle team.
Oh, no. It's early. It's early for you. Or it's earlier.
I noticed it when I said it.
See, then that's fine. You just have to talk on delay for Rattle. Then you're good. Yeah, this is kind of a tricky spot. Nara really wants the game to end pretty much exactly like this. Team Kanemon would only be getting 1 point. So they would be getting passed by Team Kokobun. Unlikely that Kanemon falls to fourth and gets 0 points. So just limiting them to one is super good. Real partner got 0 the first game, so you're fine with them getting 2 points. Not a big deal. But you have to pass the dealership naturally. Normally, I think you're supposed to play these as like very cheap Dama hands, keeping some more safe tiles in the hand. When anyone shows a threat, you kind of back away, and if it's a giant threat, then you try and get a cheap like Pinfu no Mi just to shut that down. To not let those points happen and to force like a reroll. But depending on your high pie, it can be really tough. Sakai is going to be aggressive and call for that green dragon. Does need Mangan direct off somebody besides Ishii to pass. Would be able. Is that 3 hunts? 30 sumo. It'd be 4K 31. Not quite in 3 Han 30 sumo range. 3 Han 40 would do it. Or no, 3 Han 40 would not even do it. So a bit of a rough spot for Sakai.
For Nara.
Nishikawa throws 3-pin back. Needs to get something working. Needs to get a ton of points. Gonna opt to play as many Manzu as possible. Throw Ichinitsu, Hanemon, some Baimon nonsense. That looks to be the way.
Yeah, Hanemon Sumo would get him into 3rd place. 15th, less than
Yes.
15,000 point difference.
Would just barely do it. Very, very
That's all you
close,
need
but
to
we'll get
barely.
there.
You know how they say close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades? It also counts in Ryukyoku.
Truth, truth.
Have you ever played horseshoes before, by the way?
You know, I haven't, which is weird because I'm from the Midwest and my grandfather had them growing up, and I was too young to play when they had it, and then everyone just switched to cornhole when I got out. So I'm
That sounds
quite
so
decent at that
endless.
game.
Yeah, my grandpa's house, we also had horseshoes. I definitely played a lot of that. We didn't have Netflix back then. They didn't have cable. So we played a lot of horseshoes.
You know, I don't know any of the rules. So people say close is good in horseshoes. I'm like, I'll take your word. I'm like,
You
sure.
throw a horseshoe and you get it as close to the stick as possible.
Oh,
And
I
if it
thought you had
wraps
to
around the
hit the
stick,
stick.
then you get extra points.
See, I thought
It's
that's
very
all you were
easy.
doing. I was like, oh, you just gotta get it to wrap around the stick. Easy.
No, I think it's like if it's close, then it's 1 point. If it's touching, it's 2. And if it's wrapped around, it's more. I don't remember the exact points, but yeah, it's.
I'm gonna be honest, that
If
feels
you
like
get
you're.
like if it's within the horseshoe range, so you hold
Hmm.
up the horseshoe as a ruler. So if it's as close as a horseshoe to the stick, then you get a point.
See, that seems easier than cornhole. Cornhole, you gotta really get it. You gotta like angle it. You gotta hit this tiny hole. It can't go too fast, too slow. Horseshoe, it's just like just throw it straight, low. You'll get there.
Yeah. Yeah, horseshoes actually. Yeah, it's kind of fun. I'd play horseshoes.
Yard games do tend to hit. They tend to get there. And through that entire talk, it seems like a whole lot of nothing burger has been happening. Ishii is kind of backed away. Nara's like sort of debating on do I take a backup tempai and is leaning towards definitely not, but is pushing tiles. Nishikawa nowhere near win condition with this hand, just cannot draw Manzu for the life of him. And kind of the
Looking
same
for
for
a
Sakai.
Hanemon.
Wants to draw more Manzu, not doing so. I have a sneaky suspicion that we're kind of just leading towards nobody tempai Ryukoku.
Yeah, I mean, if we get to the end, Nara is definitely not gonna take Tenpai.
Oh yeah, Nara would flip the hand down
Because
in every
yeah.
situation. Just secure it. You're over the 3K gap, or excuse me, the 4K gap that you need to definitely be first after Ryukoku. So why take the risk? Why bother?
That's what we're leading to. I mean, just one person Tenpai is not going to change any placements for anybody in this game.
Mm-hmm. I don't even
So
think
there's not
anybody's gonna
even
get
really an
Tenpai.
incentive.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not even an incentive really to aim for Tenpai. Unless you think Nara is going to get Tenpai, and it's hard to think that Nara would take Tenpai here.
Yeah, that'd be very, very odd.
So the only people really incentivized to get to Tenpai here are the people who have met their win conditions to move up a placement, and you don't want to deal into them. So ends up being everybody folding.
Yeah, but no one's hand is gonna be up, and this will do it. So Team Kokoboon, big win there. Big first place.
Yep.
It's the extra 3
45,500
points.
points. Second place, Ishii. And for real partners, third place, Sakai for Kanemon, and Nishikawa takes last place for Sunfaro. Sunfaro in last place now with a third place and a fourth place.
Mm-hmm.
A real partner, I think, got a second. Wait.
Real
They got
partner
two.
got a
They got
third.
second right now.
Or yes, they got a second. Yeah, so they jumped from
Fourth
0
and
to
second.
2. Yeah.
Kanemon with a first place and a third place, and Kokobun now with a first place and a second place. With 3 games left to go, we will only see one of those upcoming now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, guaranteed to be a game after it too, but we will definitely update people tomorrow, I believe, right? Because we're watching Table D tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll have those standings tomorrow with our Table D games, but also, if you're looking for someone to join your World Horseshoes Online Team League, I'm down.
Yes. World Horseshoes Online Team League. That is what we are most important in. Forget that it says Riichi. We're doing World Horseshoes Online Team League. We have state-of-the-art setups. We can match the speed you throw it with. It's great. Revolutionary.
Well, if we're talking horseshoes, isn't it close enough counts?
Yes, exactly. That's
just like the logo.
I mean, I was comparing it to Tenpai. Tenpai is close only counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and Ryukyoku. So we were talking about horseshoes, yeah. But also, if you are looking for someone to join your World Reach Online Team League, I have no team. I'm a free agent. Never picked. My DMs are open. All right. We will hand it over to Jeremy. You know him as Tipzntrix, and Arthur. You know him as Corak. 2 commentators that you know by their nickname way more than their real name.
Hello, everyone. We do have, of course, Game 3 coming up. Tips, how you doing?
Pretty good. Trying to figure out whether it's a positive or negative to have an alternative name. I'd say it's a positive.
Well, it's helpful because you could always just go by your real name and everyone goes, huh, and it's not a problem. But it also allows you to separate work and mahjong. If I get a call and someone says, "Hey, Arthur," I go, "Okay, like, this is definitely work or someone IRL I know."
I like it.
And if I get a call that says, "Hey, Corak," okay, it's instantly mahjong.
Nice work-life balance there. Allows you to keep your life in nice, clean containers.
Yes, and of course, tend to know both groups tend to know the other, but it is a quick signal, which can direct conversations more accurately. Well, regardless of that tangent, we do have a game to commentate here, so let's go ahead and see the players.
All right, so our first competitor in the dealer seat, Hidetaka Sakai from SPM for the Pachinko and Slot Company Kanemon. In the south seat, we've got Yoshihiro Kodama of the JPML for Sunfaro. In the west seat, those Those wine and bathrobe pictures are still showing up. Kokubun Press Group has not been eliminated yet. Kenjiro Fujishima is fighting for his team's life. And in the North seat, our own WRC member and someone you were able to see if you went to the WRC Las Vegas and US tour in partnership with M League, Yuumi Uotani of the JPML for real partner.
I love the pictures there. You have Uotani and Kodama sitting there smiling, Fujishima trying to look noble and proud, and Sakai just pouting.
He's got the that's the pop star, rock star look. You got the shadow against the red background too and everything.
Yeah, definitely going for something. We are talking pachinko and slot money man. Again, not subtle about who they are.
Kaneman. And you know, it kind of sounds like a mahjong term as well. So
all right, well, let's go ahead and jump into some games here.
Whoa, Sakai has a nickname on the back of his shirt, I believe. Does that say Zawa? Is that like Fukumoto, like Akagi?
Could be. It has to
Does
get
it
a
say
better
Sakai
glimpse of
Zawa?
it, but
that's what it looks like. Oh, no bathrobes here on the mahjong table, though.
I always take a look at the faces when they just start. How serious? This is a serious table. This isn't, hey, we're going to giggle, smile. This is we're playing for that chance to get to the finals. Sakai here has a reasonable dealer hand with the double east pair. Could go Honitsu. And that 9-pin come for a 9-7 suggests the plan is Honitsu. This is a very slow hand. Maybe a Junchan Chanta has 2 Dora. There's an incentive to call. Can't always just play close for Riichi. This is a west pair that is the west seat. Can call and go there. This is a Pinfu type hand. Has a bunch of honors to get rid of, though.
Yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, this is a possible elimination round. Kokubun all the way up at 5. Sunfar only has 1. So there is a clear difference here. Clear cut. Our hands, all of them starting to improve pretty well.
Well, that's the thing. When your hand's bad, just about anything helps.
Yeah, but Sakai,
of course, I
looks
say
like
that, and I do that and draw honors. I do that and draw honors. My first 6 draws. My pawn is eternal sadness.
That means you just got 6 Shanten closer to Kokushi, right?
Yeah, well, the problem is I happen to not believe Yakuman are real. They're myths.
So you're the one Jenn should actually have.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely the opposite way than Jenn. Oh, another pull in the Honitsu coming along nicely and cuts from the 3-4 here. Would love that East call. 3 so completes the 1-2-3 here. Possible Sanshoku.
I was thinking of the right word. I think the word is a row. You're the one Jenn should have a row with.
Well, I'd say of a counterpart relative to Yakuban anyway. It's been genuinely shocking how long it's been since I've had an online one, at least. I've had a couple live. Those are definitely fun. You get pictures from those.
I definitely have a lot more online than I do live. I think part of it is the amount that I play, but also I just feel like they don't come to me as much in the flesh when the tiles are there.
Well, it's always balance. Speaking of balance, you see the Chun pair and might have one come out. No, going to hold it back. Going for that Tanya, but squeezing the Chun here. A little afraid of the potential Honitsu Toy Toy. We know it's not Toy Toy, but has that East. You know there has to be some Yakuhai. You go, I mean, maybe it's Shinitsu, but you just don't buy it this early. So it's some Yakuhai. You just don't know what one it is.
Red Dragon is definitely on the list, not available, but obviously East as the dealer would be worth twice as much, and that is what Sakai has. The other Easts are in the wall.
Yeah, just looking for them. Oh, 1, 2, 3. This is Ishanta. No,
Still
not even tested. Doesn't want to throw the Forso either. Isn't sure dealer isn't just Tempai yet either.
Definitely possible. for Sakai to be Tenpai here with a dealer Hanemon. So
Well, 7 there's a
huge
little
risk.
unfortunate.
3, 4, 5. Ooh, that's
I mean, it has
tempting.
to. Oh, there goes the June. Will it be called? Nope. Says, I want my defense. I'm as scared of the open head as everyone else is.
Right through.
And now it's just 2 save tiles. Says, I am not playing this garbage. I have a floating 9. If it's a hand, it's cheat toy. And if it's not, I'm out.
Yeah, and Fujishima is actually worried that Sakai actually changed his weight to a red dragon, it seems like. Fujishima's still holding on to his red dragons. Ooh, that's an
Well,
east.
the thought here is cheat toy too, because you do have plenty of value in there, especially the floating 9. You know that's going to be one of your pairs. So if it gets to cheat toy, great. If it doesn't, you don't really lose anything because you're not throwing anything dangerous.
Right. There goes a green dragon. Guess that one is
Haku,
a
well,
bit
it's probably the
safer.
1, and it is. Ishanten.
Yeah, 7 pairs showing up when you most need it. The offensive defensive hand.
Yeah, but we never need cheat toy too. It's a conspiracy.
Mm.
Ooh, one.
Whenever
So I
you
think
need a
that's actually clear
shortcut
here. There
to
hasn't been a cut
Hanemon.
from the dangerous hand. Can't just throw the 1 so.
Yeah, the one so was cut about 4 turns ago, but it wasn't Sakai who did it.
Yeah, but it also, there has been no change by the open hand. That is Tempai, but it's a terrible one. I do not expect this to be taken.
Fujishima actually preferred to cut 7 so rather than 1 so he does not like it. We do have a player going for Chanta here, maybe Jun-chan with the outside hand.
Yeah, I would love the
Yeah,
Jun-chan
Kodama.
Sanshigudora too. It's actually Ishanten for that. Oh, that's an annoying tile. And says, nope, I'm out.
Woo!
Those middle so's do a little too much. This is always the thing about going for Honitsu. You don't always have to make it because you will ruin other people's hands just by doing it and showing danger.
Yeah, maybe Sakai will be able to get another dealer turn even if he doesn't win.
Well, the
But
problem is Sakai has to get the Tempai. It's still Ishanten after all this.
exactly, we are running out of tiles in the wall. Looks like about 15 to 16, less than that now.
Oh, that
But
is
there's a
Tempai. We have
Tempai.
Dama, Junchan, Sanshigudora 2.
That's a massive hand. If it's open, not so much, but because it's closed, all of those Yaku get an extra 1 added to them.
Yeah, Sumo would be
Jun-chan,
Paimon,
Sanchoku,
Hanemon on road.
and hasn't even reached. Just how
Well, the
many
7
points can you
so is not
possibly
going to get
have?
thrown by anyone other than the open hand at this point.
Yeah, but a Dama 10 Baimon is so rare. There's just so many points in that hand.
Especially not playing with red 5s, which is normal in pro games. You don't get those crutches. You have to build the value yourself.
Yeah, it doesn't
It
find it on
isn't
his
it?
last draw.
Still
One
will
more
be
draw.
Tempai.
Oh, there's the last East!
Finally
What a-
draws it, but it's not enough, and sees, oh, the Chinitsu / Honitsu was not the scary hand. What did we just dodge?
That was a crazy finish.
Kodama will take the 3,000 there. Of course, would have loved to win it, but is glad that you get all the Tempai payments. In that situation, you figure the dealer has to be Tempai, so you're glad with 3,000 there.
Yep, and losing the dealer turn. Huge shift in momentum from what Sakai was looking at the beginning of the hand. He had 2 Easts from the high pipe from the initial draw, I believe. And
Yes,
the other
and the
2
wall
were in the
said
wall.
no.
The other 2 are in the wall the whole time up until the very last tile.
There are some very good starting hands here.
Yeah, this could be a
I
much
think there
faster
was an
hand than the last
Ishanten in
one.
the south seat. There's an Anko with a 6-mon. That's actually pretty close. Well, needs a 3 so badly. This isn't a bad hand for dealer. It's not great, but it's not bad.
Wow!
Wow, doesn't take the Tempai, takes the wider shape, of course. Doesn't want the Riichi Dora 1. Would love a Riichi Pinfu Ipeko Dora 1.
I have to look at that
mean,
again, but I feel
Pinfu?
like they gave up the mix sequence, the mix Sanchoku. Yeah, look, this 456, 456. Oh, it wasn't 8 so discard. It was 6-8 they had. They didn't have 4
Yeah,
6 in hand.
6-8.
Yeah, I was surprised. They said they're gonna give up Sanshoku for the Pinfu 8. But No, it was just a regular weight.
Tanya getting better at that 4-6-6 now. 2-pin, not a great floater here. Speaking of 2-pin, this is not a floater. Actually fits very nicely into the hand. Losing potential Sanshoku, but Dora can always make up for that.
Yeah,
So it was a very
multiple.
nice pull. That is Ishunten as well. The 8-mon does nothing, so it's going to get tossed back. Tuso connects with a 3s. Not a great tile, but not a bad one. 9-mon uses will still hold it back, continuing the cut from the 2-1. 1 pin goes back. 6-0. That is
Ooh,
one of the. I'd throw it back. That is one of the tempai of all time, and I do not want this. I would absolutely throw this back.
The other option is to cut 5-pin, but nope, you're right. We continue looking for a better Riichi.
I feel that's one of those things the Western community in general has not really learned is sometimes you just break the pairs because the floater is better.
Right. And here's a solid finish.
That is Tempai waiting 4-7-pin for Riichi Pinfu and 1 Dora, I believe.
This is still looks like it's 2 away for Uotani, so very difficult to push. Well, she has a safe tile to start. 1 away now for Mr. Dora over here, Sakai. All the Dora have already been drawn by our players. So there's none left in the wall. No red 5s, of course.
Hatsu doesn't help. It is that 4-7-pin wait. 8-mon useless. Tuso, nope. He's trying to get back. Kodama wants to chase this down, but you got to be Tempai first.
Yeah, and I'm sure Sakai also wants to.
Riichi Dora 3, but deals in. The 7 deals in. And the Ura Riichi Pinfu Dora 3, including 2 Uras. That is a Mangan. Sakai got to drop it to last. Fujishima kind of get a nice win there into first place and will be dealer in East 3.
Yeah, he's locking in a really good score for Kokubun, already leading. Going into first place, that would just be it. They would
if they get a first, then no one's catching them at this point.
Yeah, they would advance if Fujishima can hold this score.
Few honors to get rid of. Not an ideal hand because of the overlap with the 5-6-6-8 in Manzu. The 9's kind of an extra tile. This is one where you go, is there a way to get Honitsu out of this? And I don't really think so. But you just cut the tune and play officially, see what happens later. 5-pin's a really awkward draw here with the 5-7-9. 8-pin being door. You don't really want the 5. 2 connects to the 3 here. Possible 1, 2, 3 Sanshoku. 8 connects with the 9. It is Dora. That completes one of the blocks in his hand with the 9-8-8-7. 9-pin pair up. 6, out goes the 9. Pretty useless in the situation. 2-3 down Manzu. Dora, well, you're going to float that for a while. Would love the 79 Sanjiku route.
Yeah, I'm actually wondering about that Dora from Fujishima. As we mentioned, he just needs to win here. He might come out early, I think, if he finds a Tempai.
Well, you're always in a weird position as first place dealer in a situation like this because you wouldn't actually mind passing your dealer turn, but if you have some value, you obviously just go for it.
Yeah, that's true. It is early, though. I'm not sure if he's that willing to pass his dealer, but you seem to be right. He is holding on to that Dora. He'd rather break up a pair of 6-mon in the middle. So I guess that Dora is being locked down for safety purposes.
Well, that's the other part of your dealer. The worst feeling is you just cut the Dora and someone pawns it, and then you go, oh no, I gave an open Tanya Mangan. I feel really dumb. It is one of the most miserable feelings in Mahjong, because you know it's completely preventable, and the hand isn't really good enough to play anything else right now.
Yeah, this might just be a passive end of the line for Fujishima's dealer turn. I felt like it was pretty close to Tempai though, but he actually
No, it
No,
needs a 3 mon
nothing
really
there.
badly, a
Yeah.
7 mon. Your route's really Itsu, which is not ideal. 5's a great draw though. That's an Ishunten. 1-1-3-4. So the 1-2-3 Sanshku looks pretty out, but that does move them forward. Can go 5 so, 1 so.
Yeah,
I don't think there are
difficult
really any other
decision here.
cuts.
Unless you throw the 4 right back to really lock it in, but I don't think
Yeah,
that's
that is.
necessary.
If you're brute forcing the 1-2-3 Sanshku if you do that, because you can theoretically
Yeah,
cut
it
the 6
feels
so
too
later,
weak
but
right
I
now.
hate it. I hate it.
5
Yeah, it
so
goes to
from the
5.
middle.
I feel that's a much more reasonable cut.
Makes sense to me. 2, 3,
3,
4, 1 away.
Would love to pair the door up. That fixes all the problems if that happens. Chun worthless here. Not going to hold as the safe tile. Wants to win this hand. Going full speed ahead. Tuso, great draw. That is not Tempai. This is a which of your 3 Ryanma do you want to cut from Ishunten? Still 6 blocks. There's always the problem with 6 block is eventually you have to cut one. Oh, what I say, just draw the Dora.
Oh, man, Fujishima.
The shapes are terrible, but who cares? You have 2 Dora. And
Hitting the jackpot there. Just needs to do it one more time, I guess.
6. Ooh, interesting. You can shift this down, but we'll throw it back anyway.
Oh, okay. Different Tempai, this time with Yaku. Open Yaku. Can call the East if it
The
shows up.
7's not a good tile because the shifts kind of make sense. Because you already cut the 8, so the 4, 5, 6, 7, it's not nearly as strong as it should be.
Another Dora.
Dora shift up here. Dora are kind of dying off. I think that's all of them now.
Yep, that's every Dora.
One goes back. Looking to call the East here. How many
maybe
are there? I
even,
see one out or both out. Nope, just the one.
maybe even looking to call the Dora if it gets loose from anybody, but don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, it seems very unlikely. 3 pin is a blank. Oh, that pond is just tragic, though. 3, 4, 5, 5, 6 there in the Pinzu.
It's the cost of holding Dora.
Well,
There's
there
an
is our
East.
East. We'll
Does
hold
not
it
get
back for
thrown.
now. Probably will come out of Tempai, but not until.
What is that, a 1?
Ooh, that's a 1. That's a super wide shape.
What
We
is
might see
going
that Dora
on?
pop out
Yeah.
eventually. It's about the only tile that could happen just because that's such a super wide weight.
Yeah. Fujishima would have to get the East then if he calls the Dora.
Oh, well, that fixes a lot of the problems in this hand. It was 3 pairs. Now you can treat that as a 3-4 more likely.
Yeah. Still has the 3 pairs. So can still call Dora, but does have that option out of 2-so and 5-so now. The open-ended Ryanmen weight. Does not draw it though.
I'd probably Sakigiri the 3-so here. That is Tempai. Will it be, just
Tempai.
Dama's here. Says it's late. The stick isn't worth it for Riichi. We'll just Dama.
We'll see whether that costs him.
1-so doesn't help. It goes back. 6 mon. Nope. Running out of wall as well. Are getting close to the end of the hand. That is Tempai. Out goes the Dora. With a Pinfu Dama currently on 1-4. Dora is taken. Now you can just cut the 4. And now I don't know that you can throw these, but it doesn't matter as it deals into the Dama Pinfu. Kodama says, I don't need to mess around. Just get my points and get out of here.
I suppose the dealing the Dora worked out. Got the points directly off of Fujishima, who Kodama needs to knock down. Not worth much. Not even enough to change any positions, but does stop Fujishima from winning that hand. Because
As I
that would
said
have been
before,
massive.
Dama Pinfu is against my religion. I cannot approve of this.
Yeah, if you're going to cut Dora at that point.
No, I'll just go to Riichi. Chewed
Well,
pear.
that's what I mean. If you're going to cut Dora, is it not worth reaching?
Well,
Maybe
it's
it
again
wasn't.
because Kodoma's looking to build something. Wasn't even completely sure of the position, but I feel if you're gonna do it, just throw this chick out. When you're at 1 point, you need to make something happen. So you're willing to play a little more volatile game when you're at 1 point, I feel, but also considering the chance of the series potentially ending here if he's not careful.
Yeah, we've got a lot of Yakuhai pair here. Sakai with the green dragons. North get called by Fujishima. He is the North player, so that's Yakuhai for him. And here we see
Here,
Uotani with the
possible
reds.
5, 6, 7 Sanshoku. This is the Hatsu pair, so the dragons are pretty loose anyway. This is not the type of situation where you want to be going for Kokushi.
Yeah, I thought at first that's what Kodama was going for at the beginning.
Well,
But he
probably
discards
was
one
wait a
pin.
turn, see what happens, and then you see a pull and you go, oh. Maybe not.
Gets another orphan tile.
It's a brute force
Yeah,
what it's
honor
to play.
tile.
It's the hand's bad. Speaking of Tempai, though,
That's a nice quick tempo.
just a Tanyao waiting on the 5 Mondora.
Uotani also another one of those teams' real partner near the bottom with only 2 points.
3, 4, 6, 7. So you do have the overlap, and yeah, there goes the 8. Definitely going Hoditsu now.
Ooh, south.
No,
call?
my bad. Waiting on the 5 pin, not the 5 mon.
Yeah, no call on the south. So I think Kodama thinks his hand is too far away to call for Honitsu.
6 so will continue moving around.
And now maybe it's worth calling if another south comes out.
Okay, so I realize I'm talking to a streamer here, but if you see the 7 mon, do you con instantly?
Feels iffy.
It is the
it's
open
close
hand
to
and you
the
have no
Dora.
value. So I
Yeah.
can legitimately see an argument for it. It is not something you normally see in pro play.
Yeah, the only thing is that Fujishima doesn't necessarily need the points. I mean, it's not over, obviously. We're still in the East round. But he might not want to give his opponents a larger opportunity while he's currently in first place in both overall score and this game.
Tempai. And there's you see a Riichi. This is Riichi Chun Dora 1 waiting on 2 pin.
Yeah. I can understand conning 7 mon though. Should it come?
Yeah, I
Especially
don't
if it
think it would
comes
be a
from,
bad play until this Riichi. Now with the
Yeah.
Riichi, just all those thoughts are gone. Ooh, so this is
Ooh.
a plenty of options. You can cut the 2, you can cut the 7, you can cut what are the pins here? You can cut the 4, you can cut the 6, although then you're Otozuki, which isn't ideal.
No,
Wait,
he's
are you
got
Otozuki? I
he's got a
forget. Is this
north call.
yeah, North call. So you can just cut the 6
He's
you're
gonna
waiting
go
on
for
4.
it. Wider weight, but so dangerous.
It is, but it's I guess at least half Suji. Not that that's a real thing, but the 9 is out, so it's not as bad as a 6 normally is.
Yeah, that's
but it's
fair.
still bad.
You know, the more I play, the more I do think half Suji is a thing. It's obviously like none of the
It's barely a thing. It's like
Yeah.
10% less dangerous than a regular Masuji when the statistics are fully done. But people treating it as a safe tile are fools who
No,
will deal it.
that is definitely untrue. But we can see Fujishima just going all out here. He doesn't really have safe tiles, so he's playing his highest win rate. Defense by offense, essentially.
Oh, Toy.
3-pin's
I
probably one of the safer
deals in.
tiles. I was gonna say 3-pin looks like one of the safer tiles in this spot, but he goes with the 2
Yeah,
instead.
and deals in a very expensive hand here. Riichi Chu Dora. Was there an
Yeah.
aura? I didn't see it. I don't think so. It's the 6 so is the aura. So 7,700. Uotani will be glad to take that. A direct hit off first and into first for Uotani.
That's a
Team
big
real
win,
partner
yeah.
desperately needed that, especially off Team Kokobun.
Yeah. I mean, 3-pin wasn't that safe of a tile, but it was Suji.
Yeah, now that
At
you're already clear
least.
6, and there's so much of an upgrade in terms of value if you shove
Right.
the 3 there and win on the 2-4.
But I think he figured it wasn't safe enough. He wanted to keep his
Or wanted to
maximum
keep it right away.
efficiency. Yeah.
You shut down the dealer, and that is not how you shut down the dealer.
He got caught. I mean, he was risking a lot of tiles.
Was
Had
pushing
his
a lot
open
and
hand.
punished. Well, look at these hands.
Yeah.
Pinfu hand, let's see. Pinfu hand. It kind of wants to be Chitoi even. With all those overlaps. It's a slower Pinfu hand. 1, 2, 3 Sanchoku. And maybe 2, 3, 4 Sanchoku. A long way off. A whole bunch of bad Pinfu type hands. This is probably the best of the bunch, and it's not good.
It's also not as much Pinfu as the others.
Well, because as you Peiko route, you see the Chitoi instinctively, but the rule is you see Chitoi, your brain should auto-connect you. Wait, that means there's probably Peiko if I draw a whole bunch of options. And that applies here.
Yeah, maybe.
Great fill.
Maybe the Pinfu will happen with that draw, that inside fill. Sakai 1 away now. His weights are not great, but close to Tenpai.
4 so pair up, not even going to bother with it. 5, 6, 7 Sanchoku, I guess. It is Dora. You can't cut it. 7 so pair up. Could just go 2 so or Shaw. Goes to the 9. Interesting choice. I think I'd prefer keeping the 9-7-7, especially with another 9 out. You figure the 8's a little better than average. 9 Mon goes back. 8 Mon pair up. Now you have an 8-8-9-9 shape, but you can't really move towards anything in Monzu. That's the problem. It just cuts the 8. Karagiri. 2 so pair up. Well, it wants to try and nudge you towards Shitoitsu.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's just green dragon call.
3 so. Well, that's a super wide shape there in the Sozu. Do you ever say forget it and cut the 9 pin? Nope, goes with the 7.
I like the 6 so cut here, I think. Sometimes you do have to give up on 7 pairs to get better efficiency from the rest of your hand.
7 pairs? I have my eternal Tanyao goggles on. Everything is Tanyao.
Well, I think 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is still always Tanyao, so it's fine.
Well, yeah, but those 9s are a problem.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's too slow though here. This is a very
so the most efficient cut is 5 Mon or 6 Mon, but we'll go with the 9.
Yeah, 7 pin is Dora, so I think that's a big part.
Oh, that is Tenpai waiting on 8 on the 7 Mon there.
7 Mon inside.
Will Dama here doesn't want to take this Riichi. Shot? Nope. Six. Yeah, just throws it back. It is the door indicator, so you just don't want it sitting around. Mildly surprised it wasn't called. Would have given that hand a lot more options to just cheat it.
It's not worth anything on its own.
Oh, out goes the Dora. Ishunten.
Zoom.
8 pin goes back. Still Dama waiting on 7 Mon. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 there in the Monzu. Still overblocked though. Out goes the 8. It had just cleared, so getting rid of it now. That is Tenpai. Riichi, Pinfu, Tanya, possibly Peiko.
So we finally have a Riichi on the board. Uotani in the lead. You're trying to extend her lead and get some points for real partner. This is also Tenpai. Stays Tenpai.
I believe waiting on the 5 mana. Ooh, Hatsu Anko. Could cut one of these pairs, but neither looks great. Says, I'm just going to take my save tile.
Not willing to risk it.
Similarly, we might just see the Haku come out here, folded out. Nope, throws the safe Dora. There's a 4-mon, 7-mon wait. And there's our fold. Well, 8-mon, that is back to Ishenten.
This is a tense East 4 here. A lot of points could go any which way right now.
Well, when you have that dealer Riichi, especially late second row, you expect it to be expensive, and that's exactly what it is. Because especially with that Dora cut, every block in the hand was better than the 7-9 pin, which means it was likely very strong. That is a terrifying dealer hand. Although you're starting to see all the door, and you're going, wait, what? Oh, that is also Tempai. This is now 1-1 Shumpole, no Yaku. One so doesn't do anything immediately. 3 so is not the winning tile. Cut one earlier. 2 pin could switch the weight here, but neither of these tiles is clear and likely is folding out with a 6. You can feel the pressure at this table right now. It's like, I really want to push this, but I know I shouldn't, especially against Uotani. Again, that pawn is terrifying. One mom thinks about it. Oh, that is Tempai. This is Pinfu, but doesn't take it. Would have been Furiten. Of course, the corollary to that is if Riichi had happened, it would have been an Ipatsubo.
I don't know about Furiten.
Oh, back in. No, that's a 5, not a 4.
Yeah,
Still
not quite.
not it. And the wall is 2 draws left. Nope. That is it. Uotani will be the only player Tempai here. We'll get 3,000. 1,000 all. Of course, the stick goes into the pot, but expands the lead here, and we'll have a repeat at East 4-1.
Ooh-wee. And now we try again. I was being held with bated breath there up until the end of that hand.
Now everyone gets to exhale.
Yeah, I did not expect that to go to a draw. It had started much quicker than the previous hand.
All right,
But
it's a Pinfu
doesn't always
hand. This
finish.
is a complete mess. The West pair doesn't help a whole lot. That's not the West seed. This wants to be Honitsu, but it's a long way off. And this is a Chun call and go, especially with the stick in the middle.
Yeah, although at this point, I wonder if it is a Chun call and go. Just waiting for either a 3 or a 5-mon. If you call the Chun, you have to slim it down and pick one of the final weights.
Well, if you get the Riichi, that's even better, of course.
Yep, that's true.
5. Ooh, that's an interesting choice. You could even cut the 2 so here. Goes with a 6 so. We have some Sanzo belief around here.
Fan. We do have a lot of bonus sticks. 16. Well, not a lot, but we have a reasonable amount. 1,600 in the middle. So it might make sense to go for a quick hand, even if it's not worth much on its own.
You don't want it, but I feel if it comes, I'd probably take it.
Yeah.
Depending on what this does. Oh, another pair. Useless.
Ooh. I wonder if it was worth using for slightly higher efficiency.
Not really. You're overblocked anyway, so it doesn't add much. This could just be Chutoitsu Honitsu.
Yeah, that's 4.
The 6 pin suggests that's the play and says thank you.
Call.
That killer is one of the hardest blocks in my head to fix. I am going for the Honitsu. Of course, we'll love the Hatsu. Then you're not restricted to the Honitsu. That goes the 5. Another draw in Manzu. 4, another pair here. Could end moving towards Chitoitsu. Shaw Anko. Oh, that's Tempai with no Yaku.
Very quick. But what's the plan? If you reach here, if Uotani reaches here, she cannot get the green dragon. No, oh, we were going all in.
Well, it's an
Uotani's
open
going all
hand. You
in.
can't reach you anyway.
Oh, you're
So
right. I forgot about the six pin call she made earlier.
yeah, the
Makes
plan
a
was
little more sense.
Honitu, tempted, and says no. We're sticking with the plan.
Yeah,
And the wall says, "Are you sure?"
would have to get the green dragon here to take a different line.
6 pin again.
This could be a surprise
Can't
windfall
call
for
it.
Fujishima.
Four pin isn't it? Of course, an open hand would love a 4 pin about now. Instead, gets another 8 so. Haku isn't it. 2 pin isn't it. Chun isn't it, but it gives a few options for later, so it'll be held. 3 is nice, but the hand's still such a long way off for this point in the hand. Atsu will be grabbed, though, says that is what I needed. Now it's a fairly wide Ishunten.
I do like this.
And the RCR 3 will be taken. The Sanzo now waiting on the Chun. Natsuzuke with 1 mana and Chun. Could only run on the Chun.
I don't think Sakai liked that. That was more of a I have to at this point.
And if you're reading it correctly, you could even consider throwing the Chun, but
right.
It's such a scary situation here because you don't know if this hand is scary.
Oh, Dora South. No, that's one of the scariest tiles to pick up here. Still not South round, so it's not Yakuhai, but it is for Sakai, who looks kind of scary.
And Kodama is out, says I want nothing to do with this. Shaw goes out. That looks like a fold as well. So it is Chun versus the Honitsu Ishanten, and 2 players folding. This is a situation where if Fujishima knew the hands, would throw the Chun in a second.
If only.
Oh, there's the Dora. There goes that plan.
Yeah, another tile locked down. That might actually slow this hand down a lot.
Speaking of the South, and now it's completely dead. There are no Dora left.
That might be just enough for Fujishima to eke out this hand, but Kodama with no Dora might actually have the best odds now.
Chitoitsu Ishanten, I think. Yes, it is.
Yeah, plays it.
Take the widest acceptance. That goes another West. That's the third one. 9 so is not it. Tumon, not gonna hold on to it. Just locked in with the Chitoitsu here.
1 away. 1 away for Fujishima.
Oh, do we ever throw the Dora?
He's got to be thinking about it.
Can you convince yourself to throw the Dora?
He's thinking about it for sure.
Or no Yaku, as I recall.
Yeah.
And the answer is no. Yeah, because it's the 2-3-4 chi. We can see they're on our left.
Right.
That is Tempai, and out goes the Dora. Instant call. That is Tempai. Which shape do you want? Can go with the 7-8 weight or the 3-6 weight.
I think this might be a matter of safety more than which weight she likes better. She might be looking for the safer tile here.
Yeah, the 7 does look safer to everyone at the table. They're going to see a chi here. I mean, the South is now safe. It's been pulled 100% safe.
Yeah, there it goes.
Says they don't have a Yaku. It doesn't matter.
Sakai looking to Tenpai at the draw to add more points to the middle here. Sanzo, nope.
I'm going to see a Chi here trying to shift the dealer. It's not really going to turn into Tenpai at this point. That feels like it changed the last draw. Ooh, we're going to see a Con.
Big think here. Nah, just
Nope.
a discard.
Of course, you can't Con on the last turn anyway, so that makes it easy.
Right.
We see 2 players Tenpai here. Whole bunch of those 100.6 handed over. And Uotani will have another repeat, I believe. Yeah, up to 40,000 now. 1 stick, 2 Homba in the middle. South 4-2. Few pairs would love some door in this hand. The Formon's such a good tile for that.
Is holding on to Real Partner's last hope. Kokubun Press and Real Partner kind of dragging the back of the pack in the regular season. Kokubun has already shown that they want to get out and make it into the next round. With their first 2 games, Real Partner now has to do the same.
Uotani trying to hang on for dear life. Team only at 2 points after 2 games. Would love a first here to get up to 5. 2-4-6 here in Manzu. 6 connects to the 5 here. Possibly a 2. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 9. East goes back. 7 fills one of those penchon. Was kind of thinking Toy, but now you almost want to go Chantas. They forget this. This is an Ishan 10. 2-pin would be a really interesting draw here because it's going to be Peiko on another 2-pin.
Yeah, it's kind of feeling like any Chanta attempt is going to be too slow compared to the speed of our other players on this end.
Well, Chanta's almost always slow, but
That's true. Nice
Sanjuku is now an option with that Chanta. You can at least call for that more easily.
All right.
An Ishanten here. And the 4 so connects with the 5s. Definitely moves towards Tanyo. $79 there in Pinzu. 5 pair up. Ew. Goes with the 1 pin.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of times
I think I'd have gone
the
2
middle
so.
tile. Like the 3 pin from the 113355.
Well, that's a good shape, but the hand already has too many pairs. I really like cutting 2 so in that situation. We'll see HE down for the Tanyao. Still a bit of work to do. 6 is a very good floating tile. And yeah, that's the plan cutting one. I think we'd have ended up in the same spot. Because likely it's going to be the 2-2 and the 1-1 cut completely.
Uh-oh. That feels like complete remodeling. Almost.
Oh, that is Tenpai.
No Riichi. First place maneuvers, but he's in 3rd place this game. Might need those points later on.
Pei Anko moves his hand closer to that Chanta. This is Ishanten.
Yeah, this is a huge
draw. A whole bunch of
Sakai.
options to cut. Oh, there's another of those ones. Unfortunate. Yeah, this is just waiting. 6-9. In Manzu, we're going to see another Chi. Still Ishanten, even with 3 calls.
Uotani holding on to her dealer turn for dear life. But as you mentioned, still not
Tenpai. Hold of the 3s. That is Tanyao Tenpai waiting on 5-pin Tuso. Three doesn't help. Of course, it was just pawned. 7, that is Tenpai. Can cut the 9 here. Wait on the South Tonki for Chanta Sanshoku. But the 9 deals in and instead cuts the south. So we have 2 players waiting on 6-9.
Yeah, I think the 6 is no Yaku though, isn't it? It's a little weird.
There's
No
an
Riichi.
Anko. Yeah, I don't think there's a Yaku in there. The 9
Hmm.
is still Chanta Sanshogu, though.
Little swap here. Guess nobody wants to deal into that dealer that's made all the calls.
Oh, it feels bad drawing the south the next turn. She's like, I could have Ipatsu it, but we know the 9 would deal it anyway. See the shift up, gets the 4 out of there. Pulls the 7 in. 8, doesn't like it, but throws it anyway. Speaking of 8s, different suit here, but that's useless. Still Ishunten. Oh, nope, it's the 7. Like, I can tell it's Monzo, it looks upper, but it's not the winning tile. Could switch to a 3-so weight. Trying to decide whether it's worth it.
It's not.
And no, folds out, says, I'm not dealing with any of this. Oh, gets the 9, Sumo Pinfu.
Let's see.
The 2-Han 20 Sumo.
Look at those sticks, all the bonus sticks coming in. Collect, collect, collect. It's definitely still within the realm of possibility, though. The actual score on the hand was not that high.
Well,
before
no,
all the
because it
bonus
included the
sticks.
Holma there. It's what? 400, 700 for 2-Han 20?
Hmm.
Because it's 1-Han 40 Sumo is the equivalent. All right, well, we did get to South Round after all that. Sakai is dealer here in 4th place. Needs to make a run here.
Yeah, we have a pretty close game here in South Round. Not a flat game completely, but
yeah, Sakai down about
game
10,000, Uotani up about 10,000. And 2 near start. 4 pin gives possible Itsu. This is the South pair. We are in the South Round, so can call and go potentially. This is just not the hand you want. This is about 6 different flavors of blech.
Uh-oh.
Maybe
if it's 13 different flavors, it can.
Well, yeah, then it turns into something interesting that you didn't know you could cook up. But that's a long way from
fusion.
13.
Yeah.
7 Mon. You honestly just probably brute force the Honitsu, but just gonna play efficiency for now. 9 pin. I do note the 1 was cut the previous turn, so not even considering the Itsu.
Oftentimes, just one of the most inefficient shapes to make. Full straight 1 to 9.
It is, and this hand had all sorts of bad blocks to work with, which is
gotta
why I
love
go
that
for
draw,
fancy
though.
hands.
No
Chun
call
will
on
be
the red.
called
Oh,
here.
yes,
Okay,
call on
that
the
is the
red.
plan. Now Ishunten trying to get 1 Han and out of here. We see the South call here as well. That is Tempai 3-so 4-so.
Yeah,
This is
sneaky
Tempai
weight.
3 pin. So all of a sudden, these slow hands got there. 2 players Tempai.
Just
3
took a
pins,
little
one
calling.
of the good tiles to fill. This hand is currently overblocked. What goes out? I'd probably cut 9 Mon.
That feels right to me.
Goes with the
However,
6. 5. Could switch this to a 2-5 Mon weight, or could just throw it back. The 5 did just come out, so it's pretty safe.
It's true. But you'd have to give up on Sanzo.
Long pause here, and Karagiri keeps
very
the 3-4
sneaky.
weight. Six, it's a much wider shape for the Ishunten.
Oh, wrong 3 there.
That is the 3-pin. That's
And-
going to deal in. Nothing fancy here. Give you my tune. Looks like 1,500. So Sakai will have a repeat.
That's right. Sakai in last, but his team does not need that much to overtake Kokubun. They're right on their tails with 4 points, just below Kokubun's
Well, the
5.
problem is, if this is the last game, you have to end up ahead of Kokubun.
Right. But even one position will probably do it because of the tiebreaker score. Kahneman will have a higher score in the
Raw
tiebreaker.
score, yes.
Yep.
Actually, they're effectively even here. So the UMA effectively will be more than enough. Well, this looks like Chitoy or Toy, whole bunch of pairs.
Although I don't think UMA are factored into the raw score.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I don't think there are for this
So
either.
It's technically possible for Sakai to come out ahead, but like by less than 1,000 points. And
Yeah,
not win the
1,100 would separate them. Ooh, 8's a great draw.
Pretty unlikely.
You did see one of the calls. Looking for the Toy here. The one so was pwned. One pin actually accepts the 2-pin now as well as the 7 and cuts away from the Sozu. Three so, well, you have a 4, might as well hold it. Especially when you make an awkward Toy call, you always want a backup plan.
Right.
Because people will squeeze your tiles. It gets very uncomfortable.
I mean, I think Toy is one of the hands that doesn't always lend itself to a backup plan once you've made the call. But if you can have one, it's very nice.
There in this situation, there's a Honitsu, but
right.
When I Toy, I usually have a Yakuhai in there, so
yeah,
that is generally
true.
your
That's
backup
one of
plan.
the ways. That's one of the ways to have a backup plan. A lot of times for me, Yakuhai
Dora pwned.
Big. A lot of times, if I pwn on a Yakuhai hand, then my plan A is the Yakuhai, and then the plan B is the Toys. So I'm thinking about it in the reverse order.
Both is good.
Yeah, both is the ideal. That way you get a lot of points. Because Toy on its own is only 2 Han. I feel like a lot of danger for just 2 Han.
But it's not worth a lot.
Right. It just lends itself.
Anko.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll
and
see.
It is the west seat, so Fujishima will have a Yaku at least. Doesn't need the Toy. Tumon pretty useless here, but you are worried about the Dora Pod. You don't want to help the hand. And it says north, I am out of here.
Yeah.
Paku pair up, but likely just folding. 4 here, now it's a 2-4-6 in Manzu. That is Tempai.
Ooh.
Possible Sanshoku as well with that cut.
Yes.
You can't push this. This is not good enough. Yeah, out goes the 5. Could chi this. Think about it for a second and then says, wait, no, I don't have to do this. Why would I do this? But it is Tanyao, Dora 3, possible Sanshoku. The Sanshoku adds a total of nothing.
Yeah, I think this is a Kyuriage Mangan, so you don't even get the extra 100 points. You already get that on 4Han. 4Han 30, I should say, not 25 or 20, but this is a 30.
Yes, specifically for 30. And nope, that is a Manzu tile. 8 is not it. Pretty safe, though. 2 goes back. Seeing of 8 says, okay, well, I'll get rid of this 2 now and not worry about it. 3-pin 6-pin gets the 4. That isn't it. Close, but no. Two sub, yeah, just continuing to fold. The 2 monitor declared. 8 so is not it. A little bit of delay there just to be sure. Oh, there's a Dora. You don't really think that deals into
Ooh, goes right
though.
through.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with
it does
one
look
Vittery being
reasonably
pulled,
safe.
you don't really buy anyone that needs it here.
Still think it's possible though, and then if it's
I
possible
mean,
and it
it's
hits, you're in
possible,
trouble.
but you feel really bad if that deals
Yeah,
in. Because that
you
tends
gotta
to be a
take some
situation
risks.
where that only real deals in if you pawned and then left a 6-8 shape.
Right.
And that's really hard to do.
Well, we have a 7-pin tempa here. Not here with
This is
Sakai,
this is not
but
Tempai.
I think it's
Shot is
Fujishima who
not
has it.
it.
Yeah, Fujishima
Yeah,
has
here it
7-pin
is.
tempa. Oh, chance to change the
Could
weight.
switch this. Could even cut the 9-pin if you want to take the penchon. And we'll
That's
take the safe
true.
entry here. Waiting on 7-pin. This is a do I dare play for the Tempai? Answer is, well, try it.
The Dora are
Not
so
Tempai just
scary.
yet.
This is a bold move.
It's not that bold yet. You have safe tiles. Oh,
Yeah,
doesn't matter. There's our Sumo. Doesn't get the Sanchiku anyway, so that doesn't matter. But that is a Mongon here, and that is a huge win.
Ooh.
And I see the table kind of shaking it off because that's all you can do. That is the problem with throwing that Dora. If someone pulls it, especially those Danya hands, it's not that hard to make everyone pay out. And I'm sure they'll update the scores eventually.
Yeah, I feel like it's not
The graphic
Sakai's deal
definitely not
anymore.
updated. You can see the scores on the table.
Uotani
There
has a nice,
we go.
Yeah, Uotani has a nice triplet of red dragons there.
1 so pair up here has the 8 so floating Dora. I think I like 9-pin here. Could go
Yeah,
9
you're right.
monk because of the overlap.
I thought the Dora was the same again, but then I actually bothered to look. They didn't.
Yeah,
That also
whoever's
hasn't been
running
updated.
the Japanese stream here is not paying good attention.
Well,
This is
now
we
it's
got the intern
updated.
in there and
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
and uh-oh.
Here we go. 9 so discarded. Uotani has some tough decisions because I'm sure she wants first place. And with Kokubun and Kaneman in 3rd and 4th, it's about as good as it can get for Uotani as
Yeah, this
long
would
as she
be
can
a
overtake Kodama.
right. First place would be ideal for Uotani here.
Yeah,
Of course,
Fujishima
that goes
trying to
for
end it
anything.
though.
Ooh, possible 5, 6, 7. That is Tempai actually on 3
Yep.
mon, I think.
Yep.
For 5, 6, 7 Sanshoku.
A very sneaky hand. As you get better, you consider every single Yaku.
I will say open Sanshoku on a Tanya looking hand is something will throw people off no matter what your level is.
Yep, they'll try and block just about all of your Tanya plays or Yakuhai plays when they see a call like that. Oftentimes people are not thinking about Sanchoku, but in this case, blocking Tanya is similar
Would be
to
the same because it is a
yeah.
3 here.
Yeah, sometimes you just run into those unfortunate cases where even though people don't know your Yaku, they're still blocking your winning tiles.
Or one hand I had along those lines, and someone threw 9 mon Dora, and I flip over Dora Tonki, the whole table goes, huh?
Yeah, you had the Sanchoku, so you did have a tile that they couldn't expect. That's always the best case scenario. Although at this point, I'm not sure people can afford to fold to something they're not sure about. 'Cause we're
Right.
getting close
You're
to the
getting,
end.
yeah, and Sakai's way back needs to make a play. Fujishima still has a dealer turn, but you're in a danger zone, but there's our 3-mon. So just wins it, moves things around.
South 3, Fujishima's dealer now. This is where Uotani really wants to strike to put Kokubun in 4th place to give them the best shot for her real partner, but Kodama as well for Sunfaro.
All right. Pinfu Taipan, 7-pin would really help. Ooh, I like this hand a lot. Tuso would really help. Similarly, Pinfu hand would love a 7-pin, a little slower than the others. And this wants to be Jun-chan really, really badly. Jun-chan Ipeko. 4-mon is the Dora, 1 pulled in right here. Possible 1, 2, 3 Sanshiku. 4-so, when I have to think about Itsu, yeah, cuts the 2-pin. And the classic shape, 1-mon, 4-mon, 7-mon floaters. Blech.
If this was like a fictional story, a manga or a movie or something, I would expect this is exactly when the Itsu shows up. But in real life, you can't rely
bank
on
it, but you can maneuver your hand to allow it to move that way.
Yeah, it feels almost fated for it to happen here, but odds are still the odds.
Getting that 7-pin helps immensely. 4-so, speaking of great fills, completes the Sozu now with a 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. 2-mon goes back, doesn't really do anything here. 5 connect with the 6, can cut 5-pin or even 1, 2. I think I like 1, 2 more.
Maybe, but this is 1 away from Tenpai.
Yeah, but 3-pin Penchon, I'm not thrilled.
Uotani is also just sitting 1 away from Tenpai, looking for that fairy tale.
Nice
Itsu, full straight.
9-so pair up. Actually, not a great tile because it cheapens the hand immensely. It moves it closer to Tenpai, but all your value routes are not dead. 8-pin. There isn't a Sanshku here, so it's not that useful. It does go back. 8-so useless. 1-pin pair up. Okay.
Is that 4 pairs?
It is.
Seems unlikely.
There's a lot of flexibility in those shapes now.
Yeah. This is technically Tenpai,
that is Tenpai, isn't it? Yeah, it's
the value
waiting
is
on...
weak. Yeah, just 1-so only.
It is the dumb 1-so. Random 1-so
no
Tonki. I think
Yaku.
you have to Dama that, just looking for the Itsu upgrade. Or at least some sort of Pinfu. Oh, that's Tenpai?
Not
no, it's
quite. Yeah.
Tenpai question mark? No.
Fujishima is still also not finding Tenpai here. He's sitting on a Dora. Maybe Uotani could also be looking for a Dora.
Hey, we're not discarded the last turn.
Still no
That is
Tenpai here.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's
Still no Tenpai though.
Not Tenpai, but there are a lot of options here. I mean, you have to cut 4-pin or 6-so. I think anything else is wrong.
There we
Does go 4-pin. Chun Tonki is acceptable. And the Uotani agrees. Chun Tonki is acceptable. This is Riichi Dora 1.
Maybe she saw the North come out and didn't want that to happen again.
It was a sign.
Yeah.
Oh, the Ipatsu! Chun was more than good enough. And an Aura, that's a Mongon. Wait, no, it's not. It's just the 5,200. Sorry, the 4-mon, of course, being the Dora, not the Dora indicator, always gets a commentary. But it is a good win there for Uotani into first place. The direct hit on second. Kodama dropping quite a bit. And now Uotani, more importantly, has that 4,000 gap that if this goes to a draw, could just declare no 10 and lock up 3 points. The scores as they are. This is ideal for Team Real Partner.
Let's see how she plays it.
Nice little Pinfu hand there. You see the 2-3-3, 6-6-7.
For
Couple
Sakai, I think
pairs
maybe he's going for
for
something bigger.
acceptance. I wouldn't complain about a hand like that. None of the blocks are done, but oh, well, that's a better hand. This is a bit of a worse hand, but Itsu now possible. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. Always feels weird when you have one of those Itsu where you need the same Suji line over and over. That hand is missing a 3, a 6, and a 9.
Yeah. That's I feel like that's a little too many tiles for me most of the time. This might end up being a run for Sakai. Sakai might go for something huge here because only first advances, so
Well, you
everyone
figure you'll
has to
have
take the
another
time.
game unless there's a drastic change in the scores
Right.
here. So that needs to be part of your consideration. Ooh, now how greedy do we want to get with this hand? Very going with that 7.
5 pairs.
5 pairs. You don't see the Suanko because I see Suanko.
That might be what he's got to go for here, but Uotani's 3 Dora might stop it.
9 pin goes back. Pretty useless here.
Well, there's
2,
the
3,
last
4
Dora.
is a nice draw, but still looking for a pair. Goes with the 8. That is a Dora as well with that Formon. Speaking of Dora, of course, as mentioned, Uotani with 3 of them, but the shapes are pretty bad.
Right.
Move towards Honitsu in Sozu. There's an Anko of the 9. Started to dream at least saw an Anko. Pair up. Definitely brute forcing the Honitsu now. 6 pin goes back. Doesn't help this hand at all. Shaw. Nope. Already cut 1. Would like the one that was discarded back probably, but that's not how it works. Itsu actually looking potentially doable here, but the problem is the 3 pin is onkoed up and it's just not going to come out. We're going to see call here going for Chinitsu Tanyao probably.
I thought Uotani had a good hand, and now it's even better. Not even sure she needs this kind of point. But maybe it's for the
7
tiebreaker.
is a huge call. You have to take this. It's such an ideal tile. And especially if you're reading someone as Honitsu, as a general rule, do everything you can not to give them the 3 and the 7 of that suit.
Right.
Because they really need it most of the time.
I mean, I think that the middle tiles are still applicable, but a lot of people don't think about the 3 and the 7 as much. But I think the 4, 5, 6 are still just as
You
bad.
tend to really lock up bad shapes when you just need everything in one suit.
That's
so
fair.
those penchons are so common.
That is a fair point.
Out goes the Chun. Not called here. Uotani only has 1. East is not it. Seal Ishunton there for the Honitsu. We'll go and Pon. Now Ishunton for Chinitsu Tanyao.
You called it. It's on the way, but without red 5s, cannot. I guess it is Haneman.
That is not Tempai. There's no pair here. As a 1, 2, 4, 5. And Uotani, I think, just said, no, I'm out. I'm not messing with this.
Yeah, maybe she'll change her mind if she gets Tempai, but for now,
I
I'm
think
not
this
willing
late
to
she just has
risk it.
no incentive to play for it whatsoever.
Aren't there still 25 to 30 tiles in the wall? Looks like to me. There's still a lot of tiles to go.
Yeah, you have a row and a half. Now, as I
Okay, but you're
said,
right. Yeah, that's 6, I think, is probably a little one step
that
too
is
far.
not Tempai. This is still Ishunten. It's a 1-2-2-4. So technically Kutsuki, but I don't know if you can call it that with a 1-2-2. Needing your care. Ooh, this should just be the 2-pin.
Feels like it. There it goes. Wonder
Haku's
if
safe, throws it back.
Wonder if Fujishima feels okay taking a 3rd place here, or if he's going to stab for 2nd or 1st. Because his team would still
And
be.
okay, Kodama is probably
in the lead.
out. Says, I don't want to deal with this.
Okay, he does not like the 8, so nobody wants to deal into those.
Right. You don't know if it's
Sozu.
Tempai. It usually
Right.
isn't. But it could easily be Tempai here. This is one where I'd say it's probably about 30-35% Tempai.
Yeah, I might wager
You have
even
to
more
brute
than
force
30,
so much value here. You
35.
just have bad blocks all the
Right.
time.
Yeah, maybe situationally, it's not quite as tempo, but
Right.
just from analyzing the tiles, it feels like
in East
50,
1, it would be
50.
much higher, but here in South
Right.
4, when you have a specific condition, you
Yeah.
oftentimes have worse hands going for fancy stuff, which is exactly what happened here. Still needs a Sozu. That is not a Sozu.
Yeah, I don't think that Sakai has found Sozu in 6 or 7 draws.
Well, you got the one so, but it didn't really help.
Yeah, that was a while back though. Already.
Yeah.
Even the one so. That's back
And
when
again, the one so didn't
Uotani.
help. It's and again, Tempai here doesn't make any difference. You just have to keep pushing anything, and as mentioned, the wall's just kind of dying. That is Tempai.
Ooh, a lot of possible weights here. What are we thinking?
So yeah, that's what I would do as well. The reason is this: if you draw a door, you can cut the 3, and you'd have Pinfu door 2.
What is it?
There
Oh, he
we go.
felt it.
Tempai for the Tanyao Chinitsu 2-so, 4-so.
Oh, Kodama Tenpai, but yeah, it's too dangerous
Yeah,
for him
let's
to go.
not. Again, the point spreads as they are.
It is,
That is
but he
sumo.
doesn't know. He doesn't know if it's worth it.
Yeah, he's
Like
trying to
if
do
the
the math
points.
right now.
He'll definitely be ahead, but it's definitely not enough to change positions as far as I can see.
That's the problem here. It's kind of a
Sumodora?
defensive sumo.
Yeah. But Kokubun should still be ahead overall. It's just a matter of maybe he wanted it to end now, or maybe it is going to end now. Guess we'll see. He's calculating whether or not this ends the whole match.
Yeah, Uotani there in first place. Kodama gets 2 points. Gets Sunfuro up to 3 overall. Fujishima gets 1 up to 6. And Sakai, that face says everything.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Kokubun at 6, real partner at 5.
Within 1 game between first and fourth. I think that means they will play more.
That's right. I believe you're correct. Although for Sunfaro to overcome, they would need a lot of point differential as well to handle the.
Well, you figure that
Scorekeeper.
you probably need to go 1-1 or at worst 1-2. You'll make up the points.
Right.
I do find it interesting they're symmetrical here with the 7.7,
Yeah.
21.8, and more interestingly, the negative 7.7 actually in second place, and the positive 7.7 in third. Because
That is pretty wild. That is pretty crazy to me as well.
All right. Well, a bit intense and a very sheepish sumo there on the end. And thinking maybe I should have just gone ahead and Riichi'd this.
Yeah,
But
quite
there
a
were a lot of
hesitant
plays
one.
that could have ended very badly. Instead, locks in the third place. And with that, I think that is the end of our broadcast for today. So
Alright.
this is when we shout out our sponsors, of course, USPML. This is the WRC channel. Didn't we have some code we're supposed to be plugging?
Ooh. Well, I think we would have to leave that to Harrison to refresh us on.
All right. Yeah, it's Red Dragon.
Yeah. Shout outs to Red Dragon for providing the official equipment for streaming, being able to listen to and talk at the US tour for World Riichi.
All right. Well, with that, we'll have more of the Saikyosen Team Battle tomorrow. Same time, same place. I think we're heading to Table B, where 2 teams will advance to the grand final.
All right. Good luck to all the competitors. For all of us here at the WRC commentary booth, we had Jenn, Harrison, Jeremy, Arthur. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.